Hi guys, welcome to our live watch along for Leicester Tigers against the Scarlets. Hope you're well. Glad to see a few of you in here waiting for us as well. We're really thrilled and we're really happy with the response we've had so far, because obviously this is a new concept that we're trying to push here now for a fan-based media channel to cover all sorts of things, interviews, live chats. And it's not about me, and obviously Chris is here down below with me. Say hello, Chris.
How's it going? Live from, as you can see, a sold-out Park of Scarlets. Waiting for the teams to come out. No, hang on, we're playing Leicester, aren't we?
Yeah. we're in Welford Road. I don't know why all those people turned up behind you, pal.
I don't know. Maybe there's fireworks or something down there. I don't know.
Fireworks in the screen, right? Fireworks. Yeah. So I'm glad, like I said, glad to see a few of you in here. That's very nice of you. I must apologise. We sort of interpreted the times a little bit. We didn't realise how late the kickoff was going to be, and how late Leicester Tigers were going to put their feed up. So it was like we realised that we're going to have an hour of not really, finding things to talk about. So we delayed our live stream a little bit. I hope you don't mind about that. It's all work in progress. So I just want to, everything's coming through okay. Yeah, everybody can hear us both.
Oh, good, brother, yeah.
All good, yeah. Right, lovely. So we're just going to have a chat now quickly, while we're waiting for Tigers to get their butts in gear and put our game on.
Absolutely.
Now then, I want you, Chris, to let me know when to do the big reveal, because you're good at these kind of things. You know what big reveal I'm on about, yeah?
The big reveal.
The big reveal.
I don't know. Should we make people wait a little bit longer?
That's what I'm saying. I want you to prompt me when to click the big reveal, right? This is the project we've been working on all morning and afternoon.
Afternoon, yeah.
And if you are intrigued, guys, stick around, and you all will be revealed. For those of you,
it's worth it as well.
I think it made me smile. So when I sat back and saw the footage of our works, I thought, it might need a little bit of a tweaking, but for today, I think it's going to be one of those things that is unique to us Scarlets, and it'll tug at your heartstrings a little bit, maybe, I don't know. But we've tried our best to do something.
Might bring a little tear today or something.
That's what I was going to say. We've tried our best to have a bit of nostalgia in a fun way. That's interactive. That'll give you something cool to watch while we're listening to the game and the commentary. Obviously, thank you all to everybody who watched our initial video yesterday. Very sorry it was an hour long. Don't think that we're going to be releasing hour-long interviews every time. It was just merely that we've been trying to plan this channel and what have you, and the material for the last, I've been trying to plan it for the last 2-3 weeks, and by the time we did it, we had so much to talk about. I wanted to cover it all. So sorry if you had to sit there. If you did sit through it all, fair play. You're going to have some sort of free prize or something in the future. When we start having a free prize draws, if you can confirm that you sat through that first episode of ours, then we're going to make sure you're looked after. Fair play. But
we'll buy a pint down the park.
Yes. Or a coffee in my case, or maybe or a bit of merchandise or something. We'll send your way.
Or a bag of £2 Haribo. Scam.
£2 Haribos?
It's for the club, man. It's for the club.
It's for the club, man, isn't it? It's for the
That's
club.
right.
Do you remember that? I don't know if anybody knows the meaning behind that. Became like a club meme.
Everywhere.
It didn't it? I think we were in like a Crease 16 meeting, or there was a club meeting with the board, board members, representatives, and they were, I think it was Stuart Gallagher, and he was saying, because the move to Park of Scarlets hadn't really gone as nice as what they thought it would.
Yeah.
It was starting to be a bit sort of like, it could be better. So the club arranged like a meet with the supporters. What can we do to make things better, right? Reaching out to us, isn't it? And this guy stands up and he goes, well, we should have one of those boxes, the executive boxes, innit? You should have that, and every game give one of them to the fans. And they just look at him now, what? And he goes, yes, for the club, man. And we are just like, no, but no one was funny though. Nobody laughed at him. No. Everybody just went
until after it,
like this. Just quietly, and left the meeting taking place, and then everybody towards the end just looked at each other in the eyes and went, for the club, man. And it just became a saying, you know. I'd love to, I don't even remember who it was, I'd love to meet him again, and I wonder if he knows that he spawned a Scarlet meme within the club.
Do you know what you should do, right? What you should do, whatever, is sell a few T-shirts with just a little Scarlets badge, and it's for the club, man.
Yeah.
And then surely you'll see someone wearing it. He'd be like, "Hang on, I came up with that in a meeting once."
Yeah. Paul Price has asked the question: will we be screencasting it onto this stream live? This time, no. We did think about it, but we were dealing with so many other things to set up this streamcast that we would have to. We didn't want to do things unofficially, so it would have meant approaching Leicester Tigers to gain their permission, and it was too short notice to be able to make contact with the right person who had the authority, because that's the key as well. We could have asked somebody, they could have said, "Yeah, can't see a problem with it." We'd have done it, and then if there was a copyright strike, channel would have been taken down, because it's a serious thing that they really haul you over the coals if you do something like that. So we won't be doing the live stream, but you can click on the live stream through the Leicester Tigers channel and just have their commentary in the background and listen to us. So if you want a more Turk-centric...
A Turk vibe, innit?
Yeah, a Turk-centric vibe to your commentary, then listen to us and watch them, you know?
You can either watch the professionals do it, or you can watch the Leicester
yeah, I mean that's
feed.
What we're doing. That's literally what we're doing anyway, Paul. Is I've got a laptop in front of me as well as my computer screens for the stream, and I've got eyes and ears everywhere. I've got split. Yeah, I've got earplugs for listening to Chris, and then I've got other earplugs to go over my earplugs for the game. I tell
You're going to be deaf by the end of this,
I hope everybody appreciates the effort we're going into for this.
I hope it catches on as well. If you're watching it now, just send a link to one of your mates. Say, pop on and watch this. It's going to be a laugh.
Yes.
Get him in here.
Chris.
It's for the club, man.
Could you pop the link? No, I'm trying to think. It doesn't matter. I was thinking about popping the link, in somewhere for people to share. That's all. But they should be able to do it from YouTube anyway, right? So, makes sense.
I'll get a link now, hold on.
And on my telly, and I'll watch the game on my laptop and say, like, yes, we're on TV, Chris. Yes,
absolutely,
we're
Paul,
on Paul's
absolutely.
TV. It's a family.
Go on, Paul, son.
I
said, go on, Paul. Nice one, Paul.
Is the family watching you with you, Paul, or are you on your own?
And just remember, this is going to be used a lot now, right? But it's for the club, man. You're muted, Nick.
I'm muted.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
How was I muted?
I know we can't.
Oh,
I don't know.
Am I on now?
Oh, no, do you know what's happening? I'm watching the feed on my laptop, on my screen.
Yeah.
Of you talking a couple of seconds ago. And, yeah, sorry, my bad.
Thanks for that. No, I tell you what, there is a widget on Streamlabs, right? The way you can have your heart rate up on the screen and you have a monitor.
Jesus Christ, be through the blade.
You know when you said that? yeah.
So you have to, like...
137 BPM, right?
Watch the Scarlet man have a heart attack live on stream. It's for the club, man.
But it is one thing I would, once we get settled and we're in a routine of doing these, that is something I did think about, not for a big game, is for us to wear the heart monitors and have our BPM up on the screen, mine and yours separately. Because I think
that would be cool.
I think
I just popped a link in there for the Leicester stream, by the way.
Right. Paul says he's on his own. No, you're not on your own, Paul. You're with us. And you're never on your own with the Scarlets, but it's family.
That's right, that's damn right.
So I don't know how many's in here, but if there's anybody else in here, it'd be nice to hear from you as well. What was I going to say? There was other things I was going to say. Oh yeah, regarding that BPM thing, there's a football fan trying to the kick off with the True Geordie, and they've been doing that. They've been strapping a couple of their commentators who they're watching their own team play, and when they're losing it, you're watching their BPM go racing up, like, you know, or when they've, you know, it drops as well when they've, you know, when the goals get scored against them, and they just, they act like, you know, they're almost flatlining. They're having to shove him to make sure he's all right, like, you know. I'm a village, it's for the club, but you've got the mun. You
got to get the mun in there, otherwise it doesn't count.
For the club mun. It was brilliant. Yeah, I know, it was one of those moments. As a club, we weren't in a bad place, but it sort of got people through that sort of dip where, you know, things weren't great, and just made people laugh. Like, you know, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know where we are now, where we're looking, but this laptop keeps switching itself off because it's on like a screensaver.
Amber Phillips in the chat. Her brother's going to come off a bench.
Nice to see you, Amber. How do you think? Do you think Tom will get on today? And what did you think of his performance last week?
Pressure. No, that's his sister you're talking about. She's going to go down and say, bollocks to him. It's for the club, man. There we are.
Yeah. I don't know. It's up to you, Chris. Did you want to tell the viewers who Amber is and that?
Amber is my missus, and her brother is Tom Phillips.
Excellent.
Ex-Wales under-20s Grand Slam winning captain, and recent Scarlet, trying to fight his way back to being a Scarlet, I think. Is that what you're going to say?
I was going to say, it's up to you how much you want to elaborate on that.
Oh, I don't mind, yeah.
I'll let you tell the viewers of what we've been discussing about, you know, what's going on in the background, because there's a lot of fans, they're not aware of what's going on with Tom, that as far as they were aware, he was released last season, and suddenly, you know, he's just been, his name is back in the mix. So can you elaborate on what you'd like to elaborate on regarding what you know, and obviously, you know,
what I'm allowed to say. So, a couple of weeks ago, Dwayne Peel phoned Tom and said, hey, look, I understand you were released. Glenn released you. The coaches before me released you. I've always been impressed with how you play and you as a player. I want to have another look at you myself. Can you come and play and train in the week with Nottingham game? And we'll take you up to Leicester as well, you know. After the Nottingham game, I'm pretty sure Dwayne told him, like, you know, if it was down to just me, I'd sign you right now. But I do have to speak with other coaches on the board and all that kind of thing. But tell Tom if the Ospreys come sniffing, tell him to get lost.
Exactly, because it's an interesting thing in that. That's why I wanted you to share just the skimming over of what's going on in the background with regards to Tom Phillips, because I've been watching the forums and a lot of people are not aware. They're saying like, oh, I thought he was released and all this, and I was surprised that nobody else is really aware of what you had told me that was going on in the background. So it is, it's a story worth keeping an eye on, because we're witnessing now. It's not just it is literally he's playing for a contract. Not so much with Dwayne, but give Dwayne that ammunition to say to whoever does make the decision finally, yes, you know, this is worth doing, you know, and you know, because there's a lot of it could go one of two ways. It's literally saying whoever made that decision before to let him go was wrong. It could, you know, it could wrap a couple of egos maybe along the way, somewhere along the line within the ladder of the corridors within Parker Scarlets. Also, there's pressure then of you've brought him back when we released him, and if it doesn't work out, that can backfire.
Yeah, there is that as well.
So there's necks being put on the line either way, really. But it's up to maybe like not the integrity, but just the structure within, the relationships within, that how they make sure that these things aren't emotional, these things are just like, well, yeah, we all agree and we're all behind the decision, and then we've all agreed to have a look back at well, maybe we were too hasty there. Let's give it a bit more time before we make a decision. Exactly. I think, and I think I welcome it, because it's our club at the end of the day, and we don't want a board there that's making rash decisions. I like the fact that there's people there maybe have got the humility to be able to say, yeah, I think that wasn't the right thing to do. Let's change it. I think, I'm not just a board, I'm on about in life. If I see a person that's got that humility to be able to say, yeah, I wasn't right there, I need to change that, and they've got the ability to and the conscience to be able to say, like, no, I'm going to change it as well, not just admit you were wrong and then just, well, never mind. It's got to be done right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that they value it enough to try and reverse it. That's interesting. So
maybe there's a year contract up for grabs, see how he goes or whatever, you know. I think last week, I don't know how many of the viewers were at the Nottingham game, he didn't do any damage to his chances. I thought, yes, he didn't light up the field, or he wasn't like star man or anything like that, but his jobs, as you expect from a 6, he did them pretty well, I thought.
Yeah.
He was hitting rucks hard. He was clearing up the mess. He had a couple of good carries. What I was impressed with as well, towards the end of the game, right? There was a pass come out to him. It was a bit of an overlap. So in the past, Tom hasn't been a footballing 6. He's been a hard-nosed, I'm going to run through you 6, right? But so he identified the space and he took a pass. As he was taking a hit, he popped it off to, I think it was Ryan Combier outside him, who later on went and ran about 25 yards and got pinged for holding on as he was. But, that could have been a different story again. But
did you laugh?
Amber's right in the chat. He needs to stay injury-free.
Well, this is it. I mean, we all know that. We were all aware of he's been desperately unlucky.
Yes.
Because he was never one for he didn't look after himself or anything like that. He was just genuinely unlucky as a young player coming through, that he just couldn't get consistency because something was happening, and it was like they were injuries that they were big blocks of seasons. He wasn't getting even so that people would remember his performances as much as what they should have.
Yeah, exactly. He's too physical for his own good sometimes. I've never asked him this, but sometimes you could see he would rather absolutely smash someone than just tackle them well and stop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is, you need
like a boxer just looking for a boxer looking for a power punch all the time. Eventually, you're going to get knocked out yourself, or the same aspect. But
I mentioned it in
obviously
in our interview yesterday. And I'll mention it again because perhaps everybody didn't see the full hour.
The full hour,
the full hour. Hey, we give more than what people can handle. There's an abundance of content with us, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What I was going to say, I forgot what I was going to say.
Something about yesterday?
Oh, yeah. You know what you were saying about, he's got a mindset. And this is... I like that because, so many times people say about our park and things like that, if we get parity. I don't want parity, I want to dominate. They should go in there with a mindset to dominate. That's what the other teams are doing to us. South African and New Zealand sides don't go in looking for parity. They go in to destroy you.
They go in looking to hurt people and kill people,
Yes, exactly, right?
Nasty,
And if you get an edge over them, they will get you. There's no coincidence, right, that in the Lions tests, right, Adam Jones, when he was given, years ago now, in South Africa, Adam Jones was giving them a tough time in the scrum, and they smashed him in a ruck and injured him. Right?
A shoulder, when I remember this, shoulder, wasn't it?
And they did
I remember him walking off holding it,
the same to Wyn Jones. As soon as he was giving them problems in that first half, by the second half, they smashed him. That head butt into the back while he was prone on the floor, right?
Yeah,
One
that's
of
true.
those sneaky ones that, and he couldn't scrum then after it. He had to come off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not coincidence. That's happened twice. Whenever a prop starts to have a good game against the South African side, they'll nobble him. And
they do it legally as well. You know, they just hit the rough really hard. Like
we recognise it. You know, our eyes don't lie to us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now on a normal media, they can't say that. On a fan channel, you can say it. How you see it.
Yeah.
You know, and if anyone disagrees with me, I'd like to hear from me in the channel. You know, I mean, it's not all about my opinion or your opinion, but just final point on Tom. What did you make of? He was the centre of quite a funny period of play where he got over the line and was held up. And
was that when there's a goal line dropout? You know? I hate that.
It was the most surreal thing I've ever, because it took us a while to realise what had happened, because it looked like he'd blown for a penalty try. But
that's right, yeah.
That must have been the new action that they make under the posts for a dropout to the defending team from the goal line. But what confused it even more was, I think the kicker's foot was on the goal line when he kicked it. So it counted as going full out. So it gave us a line out from the five again.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
So it was like, there was a new rule to take in, but the new rule had become usurped by them messing it up. So we didn't even get to see the ref got confused as well, didn't he?
Because the ref pointed at 22 and started walking towards it, and then all the players started going there.
Yeah.
Oh, was that different? And then all the players, and the ref was like, no, hang on, back on the goal line. So
yeah.
It's going to take a little bit of getting used to.
They weren't sure, were they?
No, it's a bit awkward, but
yeah.
Paul's touch there. Oh, nice to see Johan Nicholas featuring again. I agree. I've always liked him as a player. Like, you know, he's always he's got plenty of heart. You can see about him. Like, and I thought against Nottingham in particular, he looked quite a threat. He was, you know, cut in some nice lines. You know, a couple of times he didn't have the support or whatever, but I thought he looks like he's bulked as well.
Yeah.
He looks like he's, you know, bulked a little bit. He did before. Last time I seen him, I always thought, oh, he looks a bit skinny, he's going to get hurt. But he looks like he's bulked a little bit, you know. I think it's the bald, shaved head now. He shaved it all off. It's gone. I think he makes him look harder, like.
Yeah. But, obviously he looks a bit older than what he is, you know. Not in age-wise, just, I don't know, it's just, he's a really nice kid. And I didn't think, when he sort of like found himself on the outskirts of the squad and being put out, I don't know, where did he go? Who did he play for? Was it like Llandovery or someone? Can't remember.
I think he might have been on Scarlets or something like that, yeah.
But I thought, they've tried him and he's not quite made the grade in the positions they tried him. But I had never seen him in, I think Leicester Tigers is coming on now, but I'd never seen him tried at full back. And I was going to say, knowing this Tigers feed, I was wondering...
He'll go to shit now much.
No, someone pasted our link into the feed, so that if there's any Scarlets want to watch a Scarlets-based commentary, to listen to us on the watch along. That's all. If somebody else would
will they get rid of it, or... shall I try it?
Up to you, pal. What is your
I don't want to get banned from the channel. No, my, like they'll ban me, I won't be able to watch the game.
Exactly, I know. That's why I didn't want to do it. I was sitting here, everybody else watching the game, and I'm stuck here, like, unable to see it. Just, what's happening, boys?
Right, I think we should have a quick look at the team, Nick, and then we'll show everyone what we got to reveal, then, shall we? We'll have a quick run for the team.
I think, yeah, we got 27 viewers in here at the moment, so that's nice.
Happy days.
Nice and early. There's a big crowd in here. Thank you all for coming in. You're timing it just
absolutely
right, because they're just running through the teams there on the Leicester site. I'll let Chris run through the team there now quickly, because and then we'll unveil what we've got to show you.
Right, so we obviously full back, we've got Johnny McNichol. We know what he's all about. Can be an absolute lethal attacking threat. Hopefully he has a big season. Tommy Rogers is going to be looking to impress today. He did last season, you know, his breakthrough season. He had a bit of a rough time with Wales, but he's going to look to bounce back. Centres, we've got Tyler Morgan, John Davis. We know what they're going to bring. Looking for a big season from John, I think. Steph Evans showed a lot of form last week, like a little return to form. He looked like he put on a bit of pace as well, like an extra yard of pace or something. But exciting. Sam Costello at 10. Looking forward to seeing him after a good pre-season and a nice fresh mindset. Kieran Hardy, like I said yesterday, is going to be. I think Kieran Hardy's going to step it up a level because, like I said yesterday, he does have 2 nines, young nines, looking for his spot. They're snapping at his heels after last week. They played extremely well. Yeah. Front row looks quite powerful, actually. I think obviously Will Griff changed the scrum last week. He was a strong scrummager and good in the loose as well. Mm-hmm. We know what Ryan Elias is going to bring. Rob Evans is looking to bounce back a little bit, I think. So hoping to see a lot from him this season. Get himself back in that Welsh setup as well. Shingler at 4, along with Tom Price. Weird choice. I would have gone Blade at 4 and Shingler at 6, but it is what it is.
I'm
Blade
looking to see. No, you were saying about in the interview the other day about John Davis, Foxy. Wanting to see like we need more from him. The same goes for Blake Thompson. We have not seen enough from him at all. I know there's reasons for it. I know international call-ups and injuries.
Yeah.
But we're due to see what we bought from Blake Thompson now. So.
It's been long overdue now with all the concussion stuff. Obviously, Dan Davis, as I said yesterday, I thought last week, he did a few things, but for me, he needs to be doing a bit more, especially with his the athleticism and things he's shown previously. We know what Shawnee Calamafoni is going to bring against his old club. He's going to want to absolutely flatten every one of them. So just give Shawnee the ball.
Yeah, I forgot about that link, actually. I forgot he came from the Tigers. Yeah. Oh, right.
As well as Sam Costello, obviously, he's an ex-Tiger. So obviously the bench, we got Mark Jones, Dav Hughes, Phil Price, Samson Lee. That's a front row cover.
Yeah.
Hoping to see Samson step it up a bit this season, go up a gear maybe. Yeah. Josh Helps impressed me in early on in the season last week. He was pretty good.
Same here.
As Jack Price as well. Sean Evans, good option. He can come on the rucker or back row.
Yeah.
I think he came out on later in the second half.
Can one thing I just noticed that Morgan Jones is not involved. So
maybe he had a knock or something. We don't really know. Strange. We don't hear much from the club, do we, about that? But
yeah, I only know. I've noticed that he's not even on the bench. So one thing I noticed with both teams have gone full pelt, front row and half back.
Yeah. Get ready for the season, innit? Yeah.
So it's almost like a proper full-on Wales v England mini.
Yeah, a little bit.
Between the front rows and the half backs, Which, when I saw the two teams, I was like, oh, this is far more than a pre-season friendly here. This is...
A little bit, yeah.
Blood is...
obviously, we've got Tom as well, Tom Phillips.
That's it, yeah.
Playing for that contract. Harry Williams looking to carry on his good form and impress. Dan Jones is going to come on and maybe tidy things up in a close game or whatever. I know it's only pre-season friendly, but you always want to beat Leicester, don't you? As with Angus O'Brien, he can come on a full back as well. Steph Hughes, Mr. Reliable for me. Always does the basics very well. A couple of nice little chips here and there. He's a clever player. Scotty Williams, welcome home, my boy. Can't wait to see him running out the shirt. Can't wait, bro. Obviously, Ryan Conby, exciting as hell against a tired Leicester. 15 sets of legs, he can cause havoc, I think. And then obviously, Owen Nicholas, like I touched on, was impressive last week. Should we show everybody what we've been keeping secret?
Yes, right. So the pressure's on me now because I got to work this out. Let's get this.
Scarlets team, delete that.
That off.
Bang. And then scroll up that one there. Ready for this, guys? Check that out.
That should level out now. It should.
Yeah, the clock should move into place. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
It did earlier, and it's not now.
And it hasn't got a black background, but oh well, we'll roll with it. Just
Strange.
Maybe move it yourself or something, I don't know, but...
Where was it?
Group.
I
wrote down. Yeah, you got it.
Let's try.
Yeah. Looking forward to this.
There you go.
There you go. Bang, there's the clock. Sorry, it's been a long time since this scoreboard's been in use.
Yeah. You know what, boys? I don't know if any of you got memories of Straddy, but I was about to phone Scott Bonnell from Push to try and sort the scoreboard out.
Hey Scott, can you give that clock a knock for us? Get it back in place, pal.
Obviously, and you know what? Fair play to Chris, right? The work he's put in on this scoreboard to get it interactive, that I can change the score and everything like this. Now I'm going to try and change the score on it as we go.
You'll pick it up, pal.
We have got, if anybody was interested out there and they want their brand put to you, just give us a DM or whatever, and we can come to an arrangement and have a chat and see if you want your branding put on the scoreboard for. What we'd probably look to do is sponsor each match, sponsor the scoreboard per match. We're listening to ideas for that.
Absolutely.
I mean, the length, the amount of detail, Chris did want me to highlight this, and I'm going to highlight this, that the length of detail that Chris went into, they are actually screws that are holding that banner,
screw heads.
right? And he has actually designed them, and when you zoom in, you can literally see the thread and the grain of the steel. Right?
A little bit of rust.
And I said, it's a bit like overkill because when you zoom out, you're not going to see it. He goes, yeah, but I know, he said.
I know they're there, yeah. And if you're watching on a big TV, you'll see it a little bit better probably, rather than if you're watching on, let's say, a phone.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, obviously...
Players are coming out now, by the way. I think we were in our away kit, are we?
Is that us?
Oh, that's Leicester. That's Leicester. I don't know, I can't tell. Cameraman's tragic. Oh, keep it still, pal. That's us. I don't know. I hope this cameraman hasn't wrapped up warm. He looks cold.
And yeah, there's us. We are, some might say that we are more professional, but me with my two sets of earplugs, yeah.
Some might say I'd agree, mate, to be honest.
That is our away kit, yeah. Let's bring it forward a bit.
Yeah, so it is us. All right, cool.
I'm just wondering.
Scarlets away fans are your force. That's the way. Someone in the chat, in the Leicester chat, said Scarlets away fans are your force.
Yeah.
We took a couple of buses up, have we?
Interesting. Sorry, I hope you didn't hear that. I'm just trying to change the volume levels.
No, all good. Hey, there's 52 of you in the chat, guys. Feel free to get involved. Wow. Let's have a chat. That's what you're here for.
Wow, thank you for the notes of that, Chris. Because I didn't know.
That's what we're here for.
We
want to get involved with you guys.
Yeah, fair play.
If you want to come on the show as well at some point, feel free. If you want to send Nick a couple of videos of your reactions, anything you might want to add, we'll make a video of them as well. It's all about the Scarlets and the fans. It's for the bloody club, man.
It is, though. It's for the club, man, boys. But Chris is right, and thank you for reminding me about that, because...
Welcome, pal.
Because... it's not about me. It's not about Chris. It's not about any individual. It's about us as fans having an outlet that is sort of within reason, not sort of restricted by the national media outlets and the mainstream. We are fan-based, fan-created, for fans, where we can have a say and put it out there. That's what it's for.
Exactly.
And it is more or less following similar models. What we're trying to do is take what we like from... A lot of you must be aware of all the football fan channels that are out there. Now, some of them are... I wouldn't want it for the Scarlets. I'm not going to name them, but there are some that are over the top and they're making fools out of fans, and I don't like that. I've never set this up to make fools of fans. I just want them to be able to have a platform to have their opinion, like I do.
Yeah.
But it's not about me, it's not about Chris, it's about everybody. Where we can have a debate, and our debates can be seen online, so that people are aware of the temperament and the mindset of the Scarlet fans and as a wider Welsh rugby fans. And I mean Welsh rugby pro-domestic fans. I don't mean Team Wales fans so much, because for too long things have gone on. But I'm not going to go into all that now.
Yeah, let's get on to the game.
Yeah.
So Leicester just made an early mistake on their own 10-yard line, kicked the ball too far into the dead ball. Now we got a scrum 10 meters into the Leicester half.
It's not a great crowd there, is it?
Yeah, I thought I was watching a Man City game.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I know as a Liverpool fan, I like that.
I thought I was watching a Man City home game.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a football channel. I'll keep my football separate because I know some of you don't like football, and that's fine. But yeah, Paul Price says phone in one evening. What we're trying to look to do is, one, provide, like my Twitter, anybody during this game now, if you want to film a reaction after the game for yourselves, and send it to that Twitter, and I will then edit them together and create the video and put it up on the channel so that fans' reactions and their views can be just posted. I won't get involved with it. That's your views, and I want to put them on our channel.
Hey, someone's wrote on the in the Leicester chat, is this the cameraman's first day on the job?
I know. I bet you it's a Turk, because it's not the one.
I don't know. His name's Clinton Baptiste.
That's got to be a Turk. Because it's got to be a fake Turk name, isn't it? He's under his alias. Here we go, boys.
Come on, then, boys. A little bit of sexy rugby to get the season underway. Let's go.
Come on, boys. There we go. Sorry, I don't know how long...
Shawnee. Good carry.
Oh, bit of a delay with the pass there.
Yeah, it could have come earlier, I think.
Well, we're putting pressure on here. Oh!
Nice. Here we go.
Good play so far.
It is. Oh, that's
okay.
a bit of an hospital pass by the Fox.
Penalty. Is this a lady ref?
Either a lady or a man with a top. I don't know.
It is, I think it's a
cameraman.
lady.
Oh, good slip.
That's a referee. That's nice to see.
It is nice to see.
Oh,
so,
go on, gather it. Yes.
Oh, beautiful play, boys. Inventive, creative stuff.
I tell you what, straight away, as soon as I saw the Dragons result against the Tigers, where they were involved in a high score, I was thinking, if the Dragons are scoring for fun against them, they can't be that great, you know?
Oh, Dan call offside.
Come in.
There we are.
She's obviously a Scarlet fan. She's obviously got the fever. Boys.
She's got the fever. There is no cure. It's for the club.
Oh, he's through. He's gone early.
Come on, Keys.
Play.
Oh.
It's all us so far.
Oh, it's on, yeah.
Try loop round him.
Wrap.
Oh,
go on, Tommy.
Unlucky.
We're going to score you, I think. We're all over him.
We've got to get something.
It's a shame it didn't play us Leicester team in Nottingham all them years ago.
Don't, please.
I'm not. Someone said Callum Affoni is a poor man's Opeti Fonua. He obviously hasn't watched in the last couple of seasons then.
Well, this is it.
Guys, and a machine. Oh, I thought Steph were going to slip through then.
I'll be honest, with Sione, when we signed him, I wasn't like, oh, he's almost through. Come on.
Oh.
Yes, gotta be.
Nice.
Yes,
Tommy,
get in there.
Beautiful. Update the scoreboard, pal.
Do you remember that conversation we had where I said, we've got to remember not to clap because it's going to clip my mic levels up.
Yeah.
Straight away, yeah. How do you like that? I love that try. That was well worked try, and Leicester didn't seem to have much of an answer to any of that we brought. And we didn't play majorly expansive stuff. That was just basic game line rugby there. Setting up, wasn't it? Very well organised, fair play. Very
just through the phases,
Yeah.
Phase play and a little bit of creativity to get into the half, but
yeah. I was going
good start, Scarlets.
Yeah, excellent. So nice to see a number of you in here. I hope there's not too much of a lag between what we're talking about and what the stream is. If there is, I was going to say maybe pause your stream of the Tigers game a little bit just to bring it in line with what we're saying. And because for the sake of a couple of seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as your neighbour isn't shouting at the game at the same time and he's going to give the tries away for you, then it should be alright, isn't it? So yeah.
Amber's getting stuck into the Tigers fans.
Is she on their feed? Is it?
on their feed, yeah. Someone said about California, and Amber said, clearly you haven't been watching him this season then. I think you mean last season. This season's only one game in.
Can she post a link? She should post a link in there. So if there's any Scarlet fans in there, they can just like pop in here and say hello then, innit? But yeah, so it was Kieran Hardy it finally got over, wasn't it?
Was that Kieran? I don't know. It looked like a blonde hair. I thought it was Tommy Rogers, the cameraman's. I can't see nothing. I think he's forgotten where his zoom button is.
Well, they've only got one camera angle as well for the whole game, so you're not getting any pitch side shots or zoomed in. But as far as I thought it was a snipe from Scamath, but you might be right. It might be Tyler Morgan, eh?
Might have been Tyler Morgan or Tommy Rogers. All I see was blonde hair.
I saw it was blonde hair.
What's your name? Boom, good carry, boys.
Nothing given away easy. Poor. Never mind. No, you're right. It was one of the blonde boys because it can't have been the Scamath.
Have you updated your scoreboard yet, there, boy?
Oh, I'm so excited. I forgot all that I could do this. Right, am I going to unlock this now? What am I going to do? There.
Up.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. There you go.
There we are. There you go. You've found it. So away points 5, away tries 1. Happy days. Good start. Look at that, interactive scoreboard as well.
Do we have the computer?
No, we didn't know. I pulled wide.
I was so excited. I forgot all about this. Being able to, I got my very
That's it. Now you got to keep on top of it. You remember now. You are now the what's his name? Scott Bornell, is it?
Scott Bornell. Yeah, I'm not from Pooh.
You're him now.
I'm not from Pooh. I'm from Nova.
Scott.
There you go. 5-0 Scarlets, 1 try. Right? I love it. Thank you, Chris, because that's my favourite thing I've ever had. That's the best gift I've ever had from anybody in the world. I'm 49, and that is the best gift anybody's given me. My
defensive
very own
scrum.
Scarlets scoreboard.
Scoreboard. I'll get it printed out for you one day, so with a bit of chalk, so you can write the numbers in the spaces.
I just use my computer version. It's better. I love it.
Easy out by Leicester, giving us a penalty on our own 5.
That's
6
out.
Valuable
penalty there for us.
Sam Costello, make a safe, boy.
You know what's interesting? What did they go for? A scrum from a penalty, did they?
Penalty scrum, I was
So
I think it was a hinging or early binders.
Shows that they fancy themselves. This was the attitude where it was Tiger Burney, I think it was, on the Scarlet Fever forum. And he was like quite bullish of like, I think we'll win, we're favourites. And he was like, there's no real, you can't go into favourites when it's a pre-season friendly. You don't know how any team or squad is going to perform, like, but it just seemed like, because they picked their front row, because they picked their halfbacks, they were automatically better than us. And I'm like, we've got a good front row too, you know? It's not like years ago where we were soft there.
Yeah. And the thing is, the Tigers front row as well, they got 2 players now who get wound up pretty easily. They got Dan Cole and Ellis Genge. If this was a big cup game now, you'd have people like Shingler and, you know, just getting under his skin, winding him up a little bit, and eventually he'll do something stupid like elbow someone in the head and get a red card, you know? That's the day and age we're in, you know?
Yeah. As Curly Davis is in the chat. Hi, Roy. You know what you say?
I have no...
Because Scarlet Pimpernel, I contacted Roy when I was making the Scarlet Pimpernel channel, first of all, because we are probably going to change that. As you can see from the logo, it's going to be SFTV Scarlet. Well, this is what we're going to say. There's a competition. We're going to be branding, and we're probably going to be moving over to another channel once this game's momentum. Scarlet Fever TV. We've gone and put it on the scoreboard now, so we've gone and given it away. So I can't ask the competition. We'll ask what SFTV stands for, or what can it stand for.
You got loads of options. You got Scarlet Fever TV, San Francisco TV, Scarlet Fans TV, Sospan Vach TV, Selesi Finau TV.
That's my favourite. Selesi Finau TV.
A YouTube channel dedicated to the man, the myth, the legend, Selesi Finau.
He's awesome. And like I said, we are hoping to have a few good interviews coming your way. We're going to try and
Hopefully, yeah.
We're going to try and time them for...
Oh, that's a good little kick.
Oh, knocked on.
Knock on.
Counter. Oh, it's on. Oh!
Here we go. Here we go.
He
One
has
step.
space. That's a good kick.
Only good kick if they track it.
Well done.
It's good play by Leicester.
They did well to get out of that. Fair play.
And
It's still on. Don't be silly, you know.
Nice, Sam. Composed. He's so composed, and he's Sam Costello for what is he, like 21? Something like that?
You know this 50-20 rule? I haven't seen anybody try it yet.
There's 1 year now.
So what is it? Is it you've got to be in your own half, or you've got to be in their half?
In your own half. It's got to bounce into 22. So now Leicester have got a line out here now, even though they kicked the ball. Takes a big end used to, doesn't it?
I'll see what it's going to... Well, I can see what they're trying to achieve with this rule. I think what they're trying to do is, like, people will be more inclined to maybe drop people back to cover that space because of what it means to that if they get a kick in there, they get the ball. But with that, then that brings out more space to run into.
Well played.
Did you drop it?
Well played, to be fair. Ellis again setting it up.
I thought she pulled it back for something then. And they're walking under the posts. I got to do my scoreboard now. Got dead.
Clinton Baptiste trying to get bites all over the place. He said, lots of bitter Welsh men and women on you tonight. Those chips on your shoulders must be a real burden.
Who said that? And what is he on about?
He's in the Leicester chat, he is.
Oh, in the Leicester chat. I thought you went, you know, we're chat then.
Best thing is, how long was California Tiger? He was a while, wasn't he? He's in this chat here, giving him shit. His old man must have been an Osprey fan or a Swansea fan. I'm just joking.
Right, so it's one try.
And a conversion, 7-5.
I'll just go to the points.
No, as well played by Leicester, to be fair there. Good try.
Yeah, shame. But this was the game. I think this is the game we're going to have out of these two teams. It's going to be back and forth. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. I'd like to see maybe
Foxy.
Keep the tempo, the intensity up. Lock on, nice play, good tackle.
Beautiful.
I think because if we keep there's a great intensity, and Leicester are looking like they want to join in, and I think that
they want to win, don't they?
Well, they want to win, but I think many other neutral commentators have spoken about this. Is that sometimes teams get drawn into our sort of game, and sometimes they're not as adept at it as what we are. It's our strength. So, and it looks so far Leicester want to play. It's good, but I just think, well, that gives us more of an advantage than what we would have. If we had a stop-start game, scrum, line-up, blah, 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 it suits Leicester more than us.
It does, yeah. Tempo we're looking for.
So
I know it's only,
this is
second game into the season, pre-season, but, if we can get that tempo up now, ready for the start of the season, in a good place. That's a penalty, got to be. Oof.
I'm just looking at the chat as well. I took my eye off the game there to look at the chat. Ben Few just said, come on, you blue and blacks, with a Cardiff fan in there, are you?
Or Narberth.
I'm not sure, yeah. Blue and blacks is normally Cardiff, but you'll have to confirm which blue and blacks do you support. It is, I presume it's Cardiff, but enlighten us if we're wrong, if we're inaccurate on that. Nice to have you in here, Ben. It's always nice to have fans of other teams in here. Even though we are Scarlet based, we are sort of like, we want to show good welcome to other fans of other teams, and especially any other media creators like ourselves for other teams. We really do want to get involved with anybody out there that is looking to do something similar for their team.
Absolutely.
We do an interview where we swap back and forth, and you can take an interview with us and put it on your media outlets and vice versa. Cardiff through and through, but
and if you want custom scoreboards, £10 each.
Oh, hey, he could sponsor.
Oh, beautiful! Oh,
This cameraman, they have shot to another cameraman, but he's worse, believe it or not.
It is a shame, man, that, like, football now, right?
Yeah.
All their pre-season stuff, games, they all get broadcast properly, then and good. Like, it's a shame rugby isn't like, in terms of Sky Sports or BT Sport or Premier Sport or whatever could be making a few bob, by broadcasting pre-season games.
Yeah, what you could do is, I'd love to see, if we're gonna go with like like they went with Premier, then offer the fans of the teams the season ticket for their team, so you get to watch home and away your team. Because I don't really, Connacht v Zebra, I don't watch that. I just want to watch Scarlets games and games that affect the Scarlets. That's it. Scrum.
Couldn't agree more.
Penalty. Oh, it's out. Oof. That was a bit close, that was, because it did go down.
And the advantage.
She giving you the advantage, is she?
Yeah, that's the penalty advantage. I'm not sure. That was
strange because she said the ball was at the back, and if it goes down and the ball's at the back, it's for something else. What's that for? That was nowhere near where the scrum was.
She just indicated a high tackle. I'm not sure whether someone came around and clipped the scrum half on the neck or something, or I don't know.
Must have run like 30 yards. That's 30 yards for the back. It's better for us anyway. Because
do you reckon if I get my binoculars out and look at my screen, I can see things better? Because this cameraman is
it's shocking, isn't it?
All over the place.
It's all we've got. It's all we've got. Can you imagine? I know some people did say like, we could have ripped this stream and put it into our stream. But we'd have had to shrink it down. It would have been dreadful to watch.
Yeah.
I've got it enlarged here on my laptop, but I'm struggling to see it. But,
knock on, let's go, Scarlets. It's on.
Let's go.
Steph, you on that, money?
I like the way they're doing like advantage over. And can you see that?
Yeah, that is cool.
That's quite cool, that is. Fair play.
Well done, Steph Evs.
Did he get it back? No. Oh, he knocked it on.
Oh, another knock on?
2 knock-ons, was there from you?
No, Steph Evs trapped and tackled the man.
Now we'll see the scrum, because they're going to try and keep us sort of like... They're going to give a good shove here. They're going to try and disrupt our scrum. So here's a test of an attacking scrum. Jason Palmer, nice to see you in, pal. And Welsh Boy 96 up for Turks. Yes. Come on.
Absolutely.
Line. Come on, boys.
This I was going to say, the scrum has been a bit of a mess so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can, we can see.
It's been adequate, but they do need to, don't give Leicester a sniff of blood. Because if they see, once they have one scrum where they get a bit of an edge on us, they know, right, we're going for them. And they'll go for us. We need to go for, we need to be doing the same. Like, have a scrum where we go at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even on our own ball. Sometimes we're too sort of passive in that we're just happy to have the ball. We keep it steady. Sometimes just keep it. They're not going to expect it. They're not going to expect us to hold that ball in and drive them in the scrum and try and go for a penalty.
No, they're not. Well,
Curly Davis. Hang on, let me read this out. Love this idea, Nick. Good to have loads of fans in here together watching along and having a chat. Curly, thank you, because it's been like that a bit. I'm making my hands. It's been like that. It's been like that a little bit, setting it up, because I was trying to gauge people's views on it, and a lot of people didn't get it because perhaps they're not football fans and they don't see what is happening in football media as fans. And for those of you who don't know what's happening in football right now, sorry to bring football into this rugby chat, but briefly I'll just explain to those who don't know. The fan media in football is overtaking the mainstream media. Radio stations like Talk Sport Radio are snidely sniping at fan channels like Arsenal Fan TV and United Stand and Redmen TV and all these, because they're winning numbers. And some of it's through shock value, and I would never do that on this channel. I want this channel to be what we have in the stadiums and on away trips, where we all have a bit of banter and have a laugh and watch the game and discuss it. That's what I want to create for this channel. But I also
big scrum. Sorry.
But thank you, Curly, for that comment. That's really, it does make me feel relieved that, yes, people are getting what I'm trying to achieve here. It's not about me being famous or nothing like that. I mean, I would have done something else if I wanted to be famous. I would have gone on Big Brother or something like that. You know what I mean? Innit, Chris? You would have done the same.
Absolutely. No, it's, I was going to say something, but then I read a comment and it's gone, and I don't know what the hell I was going to say.
Aidan Jones says, Shumai, pal. Right, yeah, carry on, Chris, sorry.
Shumai? I don't know what I was going to say, it's gone.
Alright, no worries, it'll come back to you in a bit now. Penalty come in. Come on, boys, we're taking it to them here now. There is absolutely...
Our front row is at the races now.
Yes. I was just about to go into one. Those who stand next to me on the terrace years ago will know what's about to come. There is absolutely nothing in these, boys. Get into it.
Hey, look at this. Someone has wrote in the Leicester feed. There's a Scarlets stream as well. I'm assuming he's on about this.
Must be.
So we might have an influx of angry Leicester fans, they're angry.
He put the link in? Guys, if
he hasn't, but...
Right, if there's anyone on this chat that is also in the YouTube stream for the Leicester, if you want to share the link for this in there, we would be very, very grateful, because we're starting this season. We've picked the pre-season to sort of try and get this up and running, and it's going to be fun.
Get the teething problems out the way.
Yeah, and let's hope it coincides with performances like what we're seeing right now. Come on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, we're in here, boys. They got no answer to this. Oh no, it's out.
Oh no, Kieran.
As I said, that was our mistake there, though. He looked the other way and
curse of the commentator.
Yes, he looked the other way just as the ball trickled out. Fair play to Tigers to be alert to it, but
yeah, we're still in the zone. Oh, that's a good bloody kick.
That is a good kick, actually. Fair play.
Where's the linesman from? Jesus Christ, they were that pretty good.
He's got what's the bit thing you need that helps you stop? he's had that remote, so he can't stop running when she starts.
I'm just gonna I'm still here. Just gonna hide my camera. Something I got to do off camera.
You taking a break here?
But I am still. Okay. I'm still here.
Oh right, okay. Oh,
but
knock on, counter attack, relief kick. He's bounced it in. Was he in the... I think we won't get the ball now, though, will we? Because I don't think he was in the 50. No, we get it.
It looks like we are, yeah.
Yeah, he was. That's beautiful, because that's the first time now I've seen that rule take place and play out. What do you think about that rule, guys, in the chat? That kicking from our own half. Oh, he's in again! Come on now, secure this ball. There's gaps everywhere.
Yeah, let's start crumbling.
And look at the gaps.
When we run at them, they're all unlucky.
Knock on there. Knock on. Yeah, but
with the 50-22 rule, right, for me, it's going to be one of them things where you're going to love it and hate it. When you do it and you ping the ball and it bounces out in the 5-yard line and you go and score from it, it's going to be the best rule ever. When the Ospreys come to town and they do it and they score from it, it's going to be, this rule's shit.
I am one-eyed, but I'm not that one-eyed in that, if a rule is there, the rule is the same for both sides. It's like when people say, there's a famous one of Ty on Arsenal Fan TV. There's a famous quote of him saying, yeah, but you mustn't forget, it's been raining, he says. And Robbie just goes, it's been raining? Come on, like, and he goes like that. I tell you, I love, this is why I've created this, is because I do watch the sort of like online media more than what I watch TV.
Same here.
I only watch TV for the actual game, but I'm still got like independent streamers in the background listening to them. They're better to listen to, But like I said, there is the option as well along this throughout the season. If any of you are up for clicking out to Zoom and doing a game with us at some point, or I think right now we can only have 2, so it would mean me or Chris dropping out to incorporate somebody else coming in, but we want to be able to sort of interact with you first, for you to sort of see the boundaries that's involved, what you can and can't say. There's not many boundaries, but there are some things is like we don't want to be sort of like associated with obviously bad views or someone swearing and things like this, like, you know. But yeah, we want interaction from all you guys, and we'll reiterate again on my Twitter feed. If you want to record a little post-match reaction and send it to us, and we'll edit them into a little, either a little set of videos, or we'll each one as a standalone video, put your name next to it, where you're from, and we'll post it up as a video on the channel so that your view can be out there with all the fans' views as well. So break and play, we are sort of like, I mean the scoreline, this is the only thing now, we've had enough dominance here, enough of the game. We really need to let it show on the scores, on the scoreboard now. On my scoreboard, that's what it is. I want to use my scoreboard that Chris made me, my interactive scoreboard with the correct time on it. Yeah.
How good's that? It's awesome, like.
Yeah, Scott Bornhill isn't in my scoreboard though. That's the only thing is missing. That's the only piece of sort of like authenticity that is missing. Maybe if someone knows Scott Bornhill, I haven't seen him in years. But I mean, if for those of you who don't know who Scott Bornhill is, he was the youngster who was inside the old Strati scoreboard, who would change all the numbers, and he sort of like was there for years, all the way to right to the end, more or less, until it went digital, isn't it? And because there were others before him, but from when I was going there, I remember Scott doing the scoreboard. Yeah, and he was a nice boy when he, you know, as a kid. Everybody sort of took to him. I remember sometimes he'd miss something and be asking the people down the bottom in the town end, what's the score, boys? Was he converted? Because he perhaps couldn't tell whether it had been converted or not, or whether the penalty went through the posts and stuff like that. It's brilliant.
A lot of people in the Leicester chat are commenting on this cameraman. He's going to go home and cry to his wife tonight, you know he is. I'm not doing this job anymore.
He'll be the sound guy next. He'll be demoted to the sound guy.
Or ball boy.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Oh, can you imagine? With that in? No, I don't think he'll be a ball boy with that in. There it is. Let's catch up. Curly Davis saying something needed changing with the kick in. Not sure whether 50-22 is the answer though. I think it's an exciting thing though, and it does. I think it will reward. It's going to create space because teams won't be flat up in defence so much. They'll put one or two players back more to cover that field when the opposition are in their own half, because it's such an easy way to get field position, you know.
Yeah.
Chris Roberts saying, loving the commentary. Thank you, Chris. Would be great to live stream the game too. We did touch on that earlier. We did explain it. We'll explain it again. Basically, we just didn't, you know, it's our maiden stream as in this guide. I've streamed before, and so has Chris personally. But together, doing a Zoom call, trying to get it all together, doing this interactive scoreboard, having the game streamed on another laptop, it was just one step too much to try and get the stream in. And judging by the quality on what Leicester are offering, it wouldn't have looked good crammed into our screen. Also, we didn't want to push the boundaries and risk having any sort of copyright strike or anything like that against the channel so early on and look like a bunch of fools and look like a bunch of amateurs that we tell you we're going live and all of a sudden it's cancelled, basically. Because that's what they'll do. They'll just pull the plug on it, see, if it gets reported. So, and there are, you know, the internet is the internet. There are people out there that would take glee, especially rival fans, seeing that we've got a fan channel and they haven't, because they're way behind us, and we Scarlets are pioneers of the sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, and I'm jesting a bit, but I am being serious actually. In that those were the reasons why we decided no, everybody can get the game via the Leicester, and we're not going to stream it any better than what Leicester are.
No, it would probably as well lose a bit of quality, to be honest.
We'd lose a bit of quality. We'd probably lose on the timing as well. It's better just to watch it. They're not doing, apart from the cameraman, they're not doing a bad job. To be honest,
yes, it's nice to be able to watch it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, normally this wouldn't be a thing.
I mean, I had my earphones here to try and listen to what was going on. But to be honest, I'm happy just watching it and chatting with you guys. It's working for me. I don't need their commentary.
Scarlets clearly taking this game seriously, taking the points on offer, hopefully.
That's an interesting point from Jason Palmer. The 50-22 was a thing before. Then the law was changed to the defending team getting the possession.
I didn't know that.
It's a fine line, see, because it could just encourage kicking.
Third kick, Sam. Penalty, Sam Costello.
Right,
Scarlets 8, Leicester 7.
Away points.
If it finishes 8-7, I'd be happy. We owe Leicester a couple, don't we?
With what I was trying to allude to, I was getting the feeling that the dominance we were showing wasn't being reflected in the scoreline. Well, it was early days, but we needed to let it show that, bump the scoreboard up a notch to reflect that period of dominance we've had.
Oh, Jesus Christ, boys.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh! Lovely.
Great bit of play. Absolutely composed.
And he's got, you know what I love as well? It's off the pitch. Because so many times when we're under the cosh, we kick in field as if it's going to be to our advantage or something. In years gone by, it's been a really poor element of our game. That was nice to see that, get it off the park, even if it's a bad kick, get it off the park. At least we've got a set defence then, and they've got to build again.
Exactly.
Great there by Costello. Yes, I think that performance from him last week, Jason, against Nottingham, as he was
oh no.
That's it, get him now. Right, Jason Palmer,
Johnny McNichol, I think.
Speedy preaching. What am I preaching about? I'm talking.
Good tackle.
You're free to debate with me, Jess. If you don't agree with something I've said, Tigers putting some pressure on you now. This is where, tight defence here now. Close to the try line. Knock on. Can't fault it.
A little saving grace there. Tigers were looking quite potent. I thought they were.
They were looking as Tigers do when they get close to a try line. Very much like Exeter. They're that sort of team.
They smell the blood.
They're trench warfare style rugby. They love that. They live for it. Especially on an autumn Welford Road pitch. It's muddy. They love that. Don't they? That's their culture, right? As Chris Roberts says, slippery Sam. I think that's got legs, that one has. I like that. Slippery Sam. Oh, brilliant. You got Dinky Dan and Slippery Sam.
Slippy Sammy. I like that. I do like that one. It's good.
Good point by Jason Palmer there. If that had been under Delaney, they'd have scored easily there. And once again, I don't want to dig Delaney out, because I think it's a little bit unfair to name just him. It's the last few years, even under PVAC sometimes, we had that soft underbelly that once teams got within 10 yards of the whole line, they'd make yards every time and they'd get over that line.
Yes.
The only way we'd get away with it is
it was depressing to see.
Right, here's a concept that I think I put it to you before. I put it to somebody in the game as well last week.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a mess of a scrum.
We've got it away.
Thanks Lord for that. Jeez.
Good or bad mess?
Bad for us. They just got smashed.
It got wheeled round, did it? Or
they went straight through us.
Is it? Oh, right. Not good. Like I said earlier, that gives them...
It's the first one, though.
Incentive. Yeah, it still gives them incentive. And the referee now is... that's going to be in her mind for the next scrum. So we've got to make the next scrum solid. So that there's no doubt in her mind that she can guess,
Do you think any referees really know how to referee a scrum? I don't.
This lady is doing quite well, mate.
I've watched some games where I've gone, oh, there's going to be a penalty against us here, and then the referees put the arm up the other way, and vice versa. I think a lot of referees haven't got a clue. They just guess, to be honest.
I think the only one where she confused me a bit was that scrum penalty where the ball was at the back. She waved that the ball was at the back to use it. Oh no, she came back for a different penalty, didn't she?
She signalled someone else, high tackle or something.
Yeah, this is it. So that was the only thing I could think of, and so far any of the decisions she's made, even if I don't see what she's given away, I can't really.
Good take.
There's nothing sort of like ridiculous there where it was a penalty our way, but she's given it the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything she's given so far, I was like, all right, okay, I could probably see why she's looked at that. And she's given penalties. You know, she's clearly making this into a contest. That's the nice thing. You know, we're watching a game here for once. You know. And hopefully these new rules the refs will be able to use these new rules to be able to allow a game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just a thought. Another thing we could do with the scoreboard.
We knocked on, did we? Yeah.
Another thing we could potentially do with the scoreboard at some point. Another little nostalgia trip, you know, and a bit of respect, but get a picture of Louis and crop him out and pop him in somewhere.
I know. Well, I was thinking for like a background pop out or a thumbnail. But what I want to do is check with people involved. I think Jace might have contacts for, like, I don't want to upset family and things like this of him. And, you know, we want to just maybe get something that is widespread out there of him to use. I love the one, and this will be one for if we do have that rumoured All Blacks game, the photo of Louis and Tanner Umaga together.
Yeah.
Another one I've seen. It is class on all levels. From New Zealand side, from Louis, legend Louis. You know what I mean? He'll never be forgotten. We won't allow it. We won't allow him to be forgotten.
Yeah, he's awesome bloke, isn't he? There is one of him. There's one of him in his a yellow referee shirt, and he's holding up a red card with his hat on. I'd love to crop that out, and every time there's a red card in the game, we can make that pop up and bounce over or something.
Yeah.
Be awesome, out.
Unlock it. It is unlocked, isn't it?
George Ford lining one up.
Yeah. It's working out.
See how this goes.
Do we have a scrum coach? Yeah, it's the New Zealander, isn't it?
Owen Franks.
Ben Franks.
Owen or Franks? Or Ben, I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah. Ben Franks.
That went over, by the way.
It went over, so one penalty. And they're on 10. So hope you all appreciated me doing the scoreboard, boys.
Oh, it looks good, mate. Honestly, it does.
Are you enjoying the scoreboard, guys? What's your thoughts on it? Because we were excited to make it and to be able to get an active clock in there, to be able to change the scoreboard and have it looking just like what we remember. It got our heartstrings going. So let's have a look here. What's going on here? So many things to keep an eye on.
Someone wrote in the Leicester chart, Leicester wouldn't know a straight scrum if it bit them. You can't really disagree with that, can you? Well, over the years, like the way Leicester have been.
You know, that's their game. They're masters at it.
Oh, we're turning ball over way too easier.
Right. Yeah. You saw from that first tackle, he got driven back, and they just they're off the pace. There's gaps here. Oh, I tell you what, if they got a pass out there,
wrong move, but yeah.
They messed that up, Tigers. But this is it. They're in their own 22, so they're always tense. We're relaxed when we're attacking from our own 22, because we've always done it. Right then.
Yeah. See what some guy said here? Something about he's basically brown-nosing George Ford a little bit, and he's saying, I'm glad we kept him and not Sam Costco.
Well, let's see then. Oh.
I hope Sam goes and scored a length of the field.
Well, this is
try when he breaks through everyone.
In the second half against Nottingham, let's see.
Yeah.
Penalty. Or is it touch?
Forward pass, is it?
I can't see. No, the camera shaking. He's on the DTs, but he needs a drink. He's having the shakes.
Cameraman's gone to pieces, isn't he? He's gone to bits, yes. They need a swap. Have they got a sub for cameraman?
I knew Palmer. This is what I was saying about Palmer. Here he goes, look. Where's the goal section? The thing is, see, when you put the goal section up, the reason I didn't do it is because when you put the goal section up, you've got to do that weird thing where a converted try is a goal. And I am trying to do the stream as well, so I just made it simpler for myself. Tries, penalty points. Use your maths. Or if you're American, math.
And if you don't know ask Speedy, he'll tell you.
Telling me, wait, I'm going to go a bit.
If you're no good at maths, just ask him, he'll tell you.
Oh, I'm going to have to get him on here. Salmon actually is off Scarlet Fever and a few other places. He's a good friend of mine.
Get him in there.
From Melbourne. Was. He's an expat now. He's in pasty country.
Oh. Come down for every game as well?
What's that?
No, I said, does he come down for every game as well?
No, I forget when I don't know when he's coming down next. He'll probably say, gone fishing. Where are you, Jace? Cornwall, is it? Pasty country.
Hey, the amount of Jenkins in this town, you could say this is bloody pasty country down here these days.
Well, there's a good question to ask him, actually. On all your years living in Cornwall now, who makes the best pasties? Clearly.
Jenkins or Cornwall? Oh, a little bit of a dust up going on here.
Nice.
I say
nice
dust
to
up,
see you
I mean
here,
handbags.
Thank you for the support, pal.
Was Jace, I think I know he is, he was involved with that Scarlet Fever team where we played the Warriors, right?
That's, they never proved that. Oh, you're talking about someone else, right? Okay.
Yeah, Sal now, is that, he was in, Jason was involved with that Warriors game, wasn't he? When we had Scarlet Fever versus the Warriors, you remember? Yeah?
He was the captain.
I remember him. Bit of a beard to him?
Yeah.
I know he is.
I
think I'm pretty sure.
I won't go into the string of penalties he gave away against us.
And he said Jenkins with a better pasties.
Oh, well, Jace. Yeah, there was in that match, Jace, he's talking about the Scarlet Fever match that we all played in.
I was involved in that game. I had 10 minutes.
Oh, Colin Prober has said, looks good, Speedy. Thank you. To be honest, a lot of the thanks should go, the credit should go to Chris.
It's both ideas.
That's this Leicester pitch is a very narrow pitch. If you've ever been to Welford Road, it's like half the width of our pitch. Yeah, touching on Colin Prober's point there, while I keep an eye on.
Well done, Foxy.
Is that a good kick?
Oh, hello. Straight down the middle, but that kick looked better to me than when he struck it, but it was pretty bad.
But a lot of the credit, Colin, has got to go to Chris, that he's done a lot of the design work. And we've bounced ideas off each other, but he's the one that's driven it to be able to look how it looks. Because I'm not capable of... I've got the ideas, and I help Chris by saying, yeah, can you just tilt that a bit, and can you just make this a different colour? And Chris is
we have literally spent, in the last 3 days, probably about 20 hours on the phone with each other. Or on a Zoom call.
Colin has lost the link to the game. Ah, right, so you're dependent on us now. Jason says, but it was a try. I presume you're talking about, was it Spud refereeing? Or I can't remember who it was refereeing. It was someone known in Leicester. But
it was Derek, wasn't it?
I don't know. But basically, Jason thought that we'd scored a try. Ref said no. Jason argued. He gave a penalty against us. We're on their try line, right? We're trying to score, but it was deemed no try by the ref. Jason, being our captain, takes offence to this and thinks he's on the Tanner Bank. He thinks he's on the terrace where he can just, rubbish ref, blah, 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 right? He goes in full Turk mode, right? Forgetting he's our captain, right? It was brilliant. You had to see it. It was lovely. It was one of his finest moments. Yeah, but I won't win with all, but basically, after a string of 6 penalties and 10-metre walkbacks in a row, they had a penalty in front of our posts. I think that's how it ended anyway. By then, I couldn't see for the tears in my eyes.
Tommy Reffell's done really well there, by the way. He, young Welsh lad, back rower. I'd love to see him come to us.
Yeah. Just finishing off, I'm only winding you, Jess. In fact, that incident was one of the fond memories I have of that day. It was a great day for both sides playing, and actually the Warriors, the Connecticut Warriors. I saw an article on them last week, I think it was, that they are actually 25 years old this year. They're having like a
crazy, innit?
Yeah, they're having like something. They're having stuff set on for them. I'd love to try and get in and maybe watch one of the games and maybe do a few interviews and put them up on the channel. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? You know, I'll watch a game.
I'd love to do. I've played a couple of games of the Warriors, you know, and I love what they're all about. And I'd love to maybe get a few of them on or go and record something, you know, like a little feature on them.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually, Chris, you played in that game. So, as me telling you,
I played in that game for Scarlet Fever, but I've also played in games since then for
the Warriors.
The Warriors, like, you know, I haven't played for a while. I've gone a lot more round these days, but...
Penalty for Tigers. Has he got it? Looks wide.
Missed it, I think, yeah.
Good. I don't have to use the Tigers part of my scoreboard.
Yeah,
that's killing it. It's bad enough that they've
half time.
Half time. Good half. I think we probably...
A little bit scruffy.
We probably deserve to be in the lead. And this is what I'm looking forward to now, where we see the difference, where what Dwayne Peel's abilities are as to change things at half time. And I know people change, you know, there's so much technology, they're in contact throughout the game. They change things throughout the game because they're all mic'd up, they're all passing messages down with the water guy and all this. You know, it happens. You know, people who think it doesn't happen is naive. It does happen. I mean, in Australia, we're doing it for years through a scrum cap. In, what was the outside half?
Larkham, innit?
Larkham was wearing a scrum cap. He had a headset in his head, man. They were telling him where the gaps were from the stands. And, you know, call me a conspiracy theorist, but did he ever split that scrum cap open on live TV to prove it wrong? No. So I'm right.
I don't think I've ever seen him without it on. I think he probably wears it now, doesn't he? Goes down and nips down the shop to get some bread and milk with it on, like.
Yeah, Jason's advising Colin, just go refresh and go back to the Tigers site, and it should just be click here to watch it, and then you can click on watch through YouTube rather than watch through their site. That's what I'm doing. Right, how do you want to do this? I was going to go and make a quick cuppa while you stay, or do you need to go, Chris?
Yeah, I need to go and take, you know, the empty the main vein, you know, so...
Right, I'll let you go first then, while it's half time. Because I think, you know, because if we're not quick, if we want a break, take one now while it's half time, quick.
There we are.
And I'll stay.
I don't mind if you want to go first, I don't mind.
If you need the loo, just switch your mic off while you go. That's all.
There we are. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh, don't you want you to send us
naked gun 33 and a third, isn't it?
Right, I'll be back in a sec then, guys.
Right on. Take care, Chris. Catch you later. Right, so it's just me and the guys. Nice to see so many of you, not just in here, but participating. Thank you very much. Well, I don't know what you thought about that first half, but I was quite enthused. Going back to what we saw against Nottingham, for those of you that were there, one sec, just having a message through. Right, sorry. Yeah, looking back to the Nottingham game, the style is starting to flow. It came through more in the second half, so I'd like to see, we've been good this half. We've provided lots of problems for Tigers, and you know what, if it was to sort of like be this sort of game where it's a 2 to 5 point game to whoever, I'm happy, because it is about the performance right now. It is about seeing players what they're capable of. It is a bit of a pain with this camera because we can't clearly see who's got the ball at one point. I can't anyway. The camera work is pretty shorty. But they're probably just people of the club trying to do it that have been elevated to your cameraman on Thursday night, pal. So yeah, Paul Price, I totally agree there. That's exactly my feelings. I was getting that vibe, what you just said there, throughout the first half, halfway through, that there was a period where we had possession and territory, and we had a penalty, but you felt like, we need to be getting more to that. But it is what it is. It's positive signs in that I'd rather be in that position that we're just not, just not capitalising, because that's icing on the cake then, to just finish off moves and finish off tries, or commit a team to making, taking a penalty chances. So that's what I thought, where you said more possession and territory, less points, basically. Yeah, but I'm happy that if we continue in that vein, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how the Tigers come out now. I don't they'll be happy. We've made them look ordinary a lot. In fact, there were periods we were making them look very poor. Excuse me, I don't know if anybody happened to see the Ulster versus Saracens game that was played in Ulster. I watched the highlights of that on the BBC, and they made Ulster look very bad, very, very bad at the majority of that game. Now, at times when Ulster were all over the place, sometimes that's what the Tigers look to, and feel free to tell the people in the comments that in the Tigers thread, because I'm sure it's all they are a little bit deluded, because the Tigers are not the team they used to be.
No.
They haven't done enough to me to suggest that they're back up there like teams like Harlequins and Northampton have done, in that they've dropped down, but they've shown that they're not bad anymore. Leicester, for me, still haven't convinced me. They're still a good side. I'm not saying they're terrible, but there's still a lot of holes there. There's still quite a lot of the same old squad there. Their key players are the same players. And I just think if you are able to get some dominance against them, they don't know how to play going backwards. We do, because we're used to it. You know what I mean? So anyway, are you alright to take over a minute, Chris?
Carry on, pal. You go and do your thing.
Right, well, I think there's one more. Well, you can look at the comments anyway and discuss some. I discussed up until Paul Price, more possession, basically. So
there we are. Go ahead, you pal. I got it.
Shall I? If I mute my mic now, will that mute? That's not going to mute you, is it? Let's try it.
No, I'm fine. I'm still here. There we are. People can still hear me, pal. There we are. So for the next couple of minutes, guys, it's just me and Speedy's chair. And our sexy scoreboard. Observation for me, first half, we need to look after the ball a bit better. They're turning us over pretty easy for parts of the half. Do they stick with the same boys for the start of the half? I don't know. I think there'll be a couple of changes. Obviously, at the end of the day, it is a friendly. It is about getting everybody sort of up to speed and getting rid of the rust and, like I said, just getting everybody up to speed. But I think there will be a similar team. I think maybe you're going to see somebody like, what's his name? Maybe Scott Williams will come on shortly. Steph Hughes, just to tidy things up. I think we could do with a back row change, to be honest with you. Once again, Dan Davis hasn't done that much for me from what I've seen. Obviously, we can't see too much. This cameraman's dreadful, but I can't wait until we do one of these when there's actually a proper coverage and we see things better. But I think, I know Dan's are only 7, but we got Sean, what's his name? Sean Evans, I think he can play back row as well. I'm pretty sure he came on last week because he came on and he went off and he came back on in the back row. I'd like to see Shingler go back in the back row somewhere. Maybe bring on Jack Price or Josh Help. I think Josh Helps is a better option. If this was a must-win game, I think you'd bring Josh Helps on, I think. Looking forward to see how Samson gets on when he comes on. I think this half now will be a lot of changes, every sort of 10 minutes maybe. I didn't notice if they made any changes in the first half though. I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple of double-digit numbers coming on the backs. Because obviously we've been talking, I haven't been listening to Leicester commentary, so I don't know who's come on and who's gone off. But yeah, I do think there'll be. I don't think there'll be a lot of changes. I think there'll be like 2 or 3 halftime changes, and then another 10 minutes. The front row will change up. Same team plus a set of sticky mitts, and they would have gone in ahead halftime. Yeah, and just look after the ball a bit better on the floor. Like we were in there 22, attacking, and Keegan was looking to get the ball out, and next thing you know, all his forwards getting smashed on top of him, and Leicester got the ball back, and they've gone down the pitch. So, we just need to look after that ball better. Respect the ball. Obviously, guys, this is Scarlet Fever TV. This is a new venture that. So this is how this came about. Nick's been on about this for years. He's always wanted to do it, right? But then at the Nottingham game, I was hanging around talking to a friend at the end of the game by the barn. And then I see Nick walk past. And I said, Nick, how's it going? Had a chat. And he was, I just said to him, I love all the stuff you've been doing on YouTube. I'm enjoying the videos, like the bike stuff he does and all that. And we started talking then about streaming and all this kind of thing, right? And I said, I stream as well. I can give you a hand with it. And here we are, a week later, almost. And here we are running the very first live Scarlet Fever TV stream. Amber Phillips, they need to change the back row a little bit. You're just saying that because you want to see your brother come on the pitch. That's why you're saying that.
I don't mind.
So anybody that's new,
I'll be honest with you, I want that to happen because there's an interview waiting to happen, and isn't there?
Yeah, there is. But for anybody that's come in since the start of this stream who doesn't know, so Amber Phillips in the chat right now, that's my missus, and her brother is Tom Phillips. So
actually we're on our highest amount of viewers in here now. So do you want to recap what you said at the start? Because there was a lot of people who weren't in at the start. No one you went into, you could cover it again, really, for the situation, because a lot of fans are unaware that, as far as they were aware, Tom Phillips was let go last season by the previous manager. I'll leave you take over from there and you explain it.
Yeah, so basically Glenn, obviously there was a wave of releases at the end of the season when a lot of boys went. Tom was obviously one of them. Gone to Llandovery. He'd been training with them and things. But then he had a phone call about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago off Dwayne Peel saying, look, Tom, obviously I'm aware you were released by the previous coaches or what have you. But I've seen you play myself before, and I think highly of you. I always rated you. I want to look at you myself. Can you come and play for us in the Nottingham game? We'll see how that goes, and we'll take you to Leicester. So the feedback I've had back is Dwayne said, like, look, if it was up to me, purely up to me on my own, I would have signed you straight after that Nottingham game. That's what we told Tom. But
did he go up to North Wales to the training camp?
He didn't, no. So up to North Wales, they couldn't take him because it was all pre-booked and everything, and COVID rules and all this stuff, right? So, so basically, they could only take the players they booked beforehand. But the time they booked the whole North Wales camp, they hadn't spoke to Tom. Tom hadn't been brought back in.
Of course.
But so he wasn't allowed. So basically, he drove up. I think he went up yesterday. He drove up yesterday afternoon and stayed in the team hotel and things. Wow. Oh, look, it was Rob Coslett in there. Amber knows Rob pretty well, don't you, Amber?
He's in finally. Brilliant.
I know Amber's old teacher, I think, in Amber.
I listen, and obviously Amber was in school with my son, and
Yeah.
Rob Coslet taught my son as well. Well, didn't teach him
Yeah.
much, because they all knew. This is the thing with Rob Coslet. Like a lot of our children have been taught by Rob, and they all knew that he was a big Scarlet fan, and that's all they had to do at the start of the lesson was bring up the Scarlets, and they knew that
they never
the
do any
lesson
work.
would go just talking with Scarlets, and they didn't have to do any work.
There we are. But just said now that Tom's actually driven up to Leicester, sorry, not to North Wales. So he's gone straight up to Leicester.
Yes.
I'm assuming he'll stay in the team hotel tonight, and then he'll drive home tomorrow.
Wow. It's, he's showing commitment as well, because some people might be like, oh, I'm not doing that, I'm all on my own, I'm away from the team, I'm being left out. They feel like they're being treated like an outsider, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's humble. I think there's a romantic story here for maybe him to go on and be very, to enter the hearts of Scarlet fans here as a local boy. You know what I mean?
He lives across the road from Coica. Like he is literally probably out of all our squad. He lives he's from the closest to Park of Scarlets.
Yeah, I can tell he's okay because I bumped into him, sort of like just giving him a nod. I recognise who he is, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, and he's normally been on crutches. You know what I mean? Poor dad. Whenever I bumped into him, he's been like, you know what I mean, hobbling along. He's had an injury, like, huh?
Yeah, but here we are. We're back for the second half now. The Leicester feed is back up. They got these awful cameramen back up.
I know where. Oh, he's found the zoom button, boys. Can you find the zoom? Can you find the zoom out button? That's a problem. Can you get it back again? You'd be ringing now. Somebody looking in the manual. Rob
no,
Coswell.
but
sorry, go on.
I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I was just going to say, Tom. Like, obviously, he's from Began, Coica, but now living in Kidwelly.
Ah, right. Oh, nice. So kick off Tigers to the Scarlets. I'm not going to go up Bill. Oh, have they got floodlights or go dark in his hair?
I think all the fans are sitting the other side behind the camera with a torch and their phone, I think.
And I don't like the design of that stand. It's pointless, that stand, behind the post. The way it curves. Yeah,
it goes down like a slant, doesn't it? I've always thought it'd be like old rugby ground, old school.
It is. I don't get me wrong. I know we've had our rivalries and they've caused us a lot of heartache. But you'll always have a soft spot for Tigers in what they stand for in the game.
Yeah.
And there's lots of things about the Tigers that you would love your own club to be like.
Yeah, there is. There's things there that you'd envy, wouldn't you, from them
definitely.
through the years, like.
I mean, to have a mentality like Martin Johnson had in your side.
Yes.
Because in everything, there was times where they won stuff and they weren't the best team. They won it through grit, through determination, and through that bloody mindedness. Also, I mean, we had it with Scott in regards, when teams are coming out and they're standing in the doorway and you've got Martin Johnson standing there. It's intimidating. And the other side's captain is a scrum half. It's just, he's intimidating from the off, unless he's really, like, full of himself,
For me, Martin Johnson's face is intimidating, mate.
Oh, it is. He is. But he's got that line of authority as well, though. Like, you'd want to play for him, wouldn't you?
Yeah. He's like your leader, and he doesn't take no nonsense, like.
And I think
same as like Delalio, them sort of players, you look at them all in the same light.
Yeah, people in Wales go knee-jerk reaction and hate them because they're English. I don't buy into all that anti-English rubbish. I judge on what I see, and your eyes don't lie to you.
That's right, yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry, Roy. I'm not a Roy Keane fan, but when I hear Roy Keane say, I love that saying, your eyes don't lie to you. But one of my fondest things of with Martin Johnson was, it was just after, like, Connecticut had played Leicester and we lost against them in semi-final in Nottingham, and just after it, in the following Six Nations, I think it was, the Wales were getting hammered by Ireland, and he posed the question, you've got to ask yourself, if you'd have put the Connecticut team out there today, would they have suffered that loss? And that was a big thing for him to do. He came in and said it on like BBC in the studio, basically. And he put that question to the panel about how bad Wales are. He said, I played Llanelli, and there's no way Llanelli would have been that bad. I was like, oh. And I think that was one of the moments where I started to drift away from, it was about Llanelli Scarlets for me more. So,
yeah, Tom is now on the pitch. Give me a boost in the background. Tom's on!
We can hear Amber in the chat.
She doesn't understand we're doing a live video, like, and she's screaming in the background. Sorry for the unprofessionalism. I'll have to have a chat.
Don't worry,
I'll have to have a quiet word after the stream.
With Jace, I've spoken with Jace on the phone, Jace Palmer, and he's got a dog, and every now and again he's going to shout at the dog, and I was thinking, oh, it's going to be great to do it. It's going to be great to do it because his dog's crazy.
I'm surprised mine hasn't kicked off yet, to be honest. She literally barks anything.
Oh, here we go.
Leicester retaining the ball pretty well.
Good tackle needed.
Oh,
good tackle.
Nice.
Good tackle.
And a jackal as well. Slow the ball down at least. Good stuff.
Oh, we did well to read that. But I think Tigers were a bit poor then. They got the penalty. They're taking it quickly. We're going to ride this out, you know.
Good carry by him. Whoever he is.
Hopefully we can get away just with penalty. Yeah. No, but I'm hoping they just get away with a penalty here. Hopefully they kick it. I hope they don't go for a scrum.
And a card as well. Tom Price, is it?
Off his feet.
Tom Price. You have a card. I'm just going to have a quick look at the Scarlets Twitter to see if there's any changes.
Right. That's the beauty of us. It's hard work.
Yeah,
I've done streams on my own for this sort of thing. And it's too much to keep your eye on.
So it's 3 at half time. Samson Lee, Tom Phillips, and Dan Jones on.
They're running it.
Doesn't say who they can hear Amber shout in the background. Yes, Tom.
Oh, this is looking hard here. We'll be surprised.
Tom's down. Get up, boy.
It's close.
If you hold this up, he's giving it.
Yeah, he's made it.
That's right, yeah.
Just over. It wasn't looking good. And then
Leicester come out firing.
Yeah. Well, this is what I said. I think I said it when you went for your break. In that, we'll see Leicester. You'd expect a reaction here from Leicester because we made them look poor at times in that first half. They were all over the place, and I likened it to how Leicester looked against Saracens. To be honest, here's a test for us now. You see what's in these players and our resolve to see what we can do. Because sometimes when you're going down a man down, it's not about just holding on. Sometimes you've got to try and be a threat. You can't just try and absorb everything for 10 minutes and switch off. Yeah. You've got to stay off for a threat.
Scoreboard, but...
Sorry, yes.
17.
Are they all shouting at me yet?
No, it's just I'm keeping on top and making sure you change that scoreboard. Others, I think, we're a lot closer than it is.
Home pounds. There. I want to type there. Oh, it's done 22 now. Shut up. It's deleting. Delete. Right.
And the conversions in there as well.
I've done it wrong. Yeah, I thought it was a penalty. It's trying conversion. Second.
Yep. You're good, boy. You're good. We're all learning here.
I clicked the wrong one. Sorry.
For the club, man.
It's for the club. You just talk amongst yourselves.
If you see me doing this randomly, I'm not just slapping Invisible Man. I got this little fly, and he will not leave me alone. And when I catch hold of him, I'm ripping his legs out one by one.
On live stream of a fly what do you call it? What do you call it when you cut the frogs up?
Man versus fly.
What do you call them in school? Where you dissected a live dissection. Live dissection of so that's 2 tries, is it? 2 tries now.
2 tries, yeah.
And they are 17-8, yeah?
Yeah, correct. Leicester looking looking so powerful as the game's going on, to be honest.
There you go, guys.
They're playing the Leicester game, don't they?
I hope, our maiden voyage on our new interactive scoreboard with working clock and space for advertising. I hope that it's a winning start for our new scoreboard. I don't want to start our new scoreboard off with and really like with a hammer in either. I don't want it to be silly, you know what I mean? Because that'll kill me. Because they've got the home spot, Leicester, which is killing my OCD. But yeah, just to announce, obviously, please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell if you like what you see in here.
Absolutely, yeah. Invite a friend.
Why is Jason Palmer?
So right now we have 50 viewers. If every 50 of you invites one other friend and they all come in, we're sat on a ton.
Exactly.
And that is good for everything involved with the Scarlets. It's for the bloody club, man. I'm going to say that so much this season, you know what I know.
Where we want to make it like there is an advert there, it's not fake. That is set aside that if anybody was interested in sponsoring the scoreboard per match, on a match-to-match basis, we are open. Just drop us a DM or get in touch with either me or Chris, and we could surely work out a plan that would be beneficial, small or big. So let's have a look at what's happening. Oh, penalty away. I love this lady.
And,
what's her name?
Another thing as well, right? Who's that now? I don't know.
The referee, she's beautiful. I love her.
Oh, I don't know where she is. Another thing as well with the scoreboard there, and the advert thing where if you own a business and you want to get involved, legit, you're more than welcome. Another thing about this whole thing we're doing, this does cost money to run. So, you know what I mean? It's not just a case of, I'm giving these boys a bit of money to go and have a pint or whatever. Yeah, it's about
it's covering our costs.
Actually keep. Yes, because Zoom costs, all these things, But, we're not here to beg. We're here to give you some content, whether we get anything to help or not.
It's still
just letting you know how it is. Keep it nice and transparent. Yes, absolutely.
And listen, we're just letting you know it's there. If you know of any small businesses that are just starting out that can't afford, because when you want to advertise, I run a business myself, I run a couple, and it's expensive to have advertising. So we were thinking that's one way we could help a small local business, make it nice and cheap for them. But it's just a little bit of a contribution to help us grow as a channel as well. That would be really welcome, because cameras, mics and computers and programs, software, it all does mount up. We're not mourning, we're happy to do it, but we want to provide a little pathway that if anybody does want to help, it's more than welcome, and there's a way for people to do that. They got a penalty.
Absolutely. No, not got
advantage. She's getting very arm wavy, she's getting used to giving penalties now, and she's getting a bit. Someone needs to, tell her, hey, calm down now. Yeah.
Hopefully, she's been assessed.
That's a good kick.
I tell you, it's a shame I wasn't a little bit further and bounced into their 22 where we'd got a line out.
Yeah, I just gonna rewind a bit here, because we caught up with all the messages. I don't want to miss anybody's comments if they're trying to engage with us. They're talking about Farrell. He remembers wanted to hate Farrell and he was the nicest guy I've met. There's quite a few of them like that where. What was the one? He was playing for Toulon, the winger.
Habana?
No, does the Swallow dive every time? He used to play for
Chris Ashton.
Chris Ashton. A lot of people said when he was playing for Toulon and he was like the pantomime villain in the game, but a lot of people said they were in the Quail Lounge and they met him and he stayed till the end chatting with fans. He was really approachable and pleasant guy.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Some people become other people when they go on the pitch. Scott Quinnell used to. He's a slightly different person on the pitch to what he is off it.
Yeah. My favourite memory of Chris Ashton, I'll be honest, was when, what's his name? The Leicester ex-centre.
Tulagi smacked him.
Tulagi.
I'll be honest, that was one of the turning points where I turned like that. I felt for him. It's like that was out of order. I thought that was out of order. And I was...
Nice break.
Come on!
Johnny Mack, is it?
It's got to be. You can't see. These shirts, I don't like them because you can't see the ball.
No, I know. I'll be honest, I didn't like that shirt. Any news, by the way, on I don't know if anybody's picked anything up. Any news on a new shirt? If you're having a new jersey or what? Come on, Tom, good slip, boy. Tom showing handling skills as well. Something new to his game.
No, it's got to be a knock on, isn't it? Oh shit! It hit his head.
No, I think it looks good.
He's in.
Yes,
get in there, boss. Yes, get in there, Scarlets. I'm lying. I can use my scoreboard for the Scarlets part. No. Right, let's catch up with what are we doing here? Ashworth. Who the heck is Ashworth? Jess? Huh? Ashworth. I love this. I am full of power here. I can wind my mates up and make fun of them. And they make fun of me half the time anyway. Ashton.
Good question by Rob.
Yeah, I'm just reading it out. I was reading it out at the same time as you. Rob Cobbler is asking a question of me. Would you jump into an Anglo-Welsh league if it meant we played the same way as the English teams in 5 years? If we played the same way as Saris, I'm all for it. Because Saris have got a good balance, in my opinion, of physical, but they know when to play as well. And they open it up. Once they get a lead, they build on it and they expand. And that's how we used to play. And that was in the Dwayne Peel interview. He touched on that, and that was something that was the thing. Remember in the interview yesterday, and I said there's something else from the Dwayne Peel interview, and I can't remember what it was.
Was that it, was it?
That was it.
Conversion as well.
Brilliant. I'll sort the scoreboard in a minute. Let me finish my thought before I forget again. That part in the interview with Dwayne Peel where he was saying it's a myth about this Scarlet way being cavalier running from everywhere from the first minute. We were never like that. If you look at all the good sides, we were a good cup side. We kicked for position, we built the score, and then we opened up towards the end. We did it against Pontypool in the cup final. That Ian Jones try, when he makes that brilliant try at the end, that's the end of the game, right? There was a slugfest going on between Gary Jenkins and Di Fox? But you know, our pack and theirs basically. Right, let's sort this try.
For me, to answer Rob's question, for me personally, I'm younger, right? And for me, I've always watched the Scarlets play like this, more like this as a myth, but in a more open brand rugby. I prefer to watch, as they call it a couple of years ago, sexy rugby. You know what I mean? But I do enjoy watching forwards, you know, especially ours, rumbling teams and smashing up and, you know, just getting into 22s with ease. And I do enjoy watching that. Like, but I enjoy a nice move in the backs.
I mean, in fairness, you've got to give credit to Leicester, despite them having some players that I don't like, Sexton being one. Because of his attitude, and he's not very sporting. He's not sporting to other teammates on the opposite side, you know.
Yeah.
He's very sly, you know.
Arrogant, yeah.
Yeah. But my issue is we went too far the other way at times, and we wouldn't. When we had a problem, remember when we had a problem where our scrum was on wheels, and we didn't have a pack to compete, right? And our answer to that, rather than fix that problem, was to try and get around it by running teams around the park. And it's like, that's not going to get you out. Remember the games against Tigers where Stoddard scored a brilliant try in the first half, and you thought, yes, we're in here, and then all of a sudden they just turned the scrum. Scrum penalty after scrum penalty, yellow card after yellow card, and they just drove us into the ground. And that was on a sunny day. You know, I mean, we all thought, oh, sunny day, nice weather for running rugby, we're going to run them off the park.
That's it.
And we thought we could do it from there, and we forget about the fundamentals of the game, you know. So I hope that answers your question, Rob. Cheering for the try. Jace is on the scrum.
You have to get that. You know, there's one of them videos, I can't remember what game it was, but there's a video of Rob absolutely belting out a song.
Oh, it's Harlequins away.
Close up.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Go on. Do it.
Tremendous.
He's in. Go on, you son.
Fair fuse.
And this
Good
is
stuff.
exactly what we did against Nottingham last week, where it was a bit scruffy first half, and then we pulled away. Are we still down to 14 men?
I think we are, yeah. But no, that shot of Rob, right, I think we should get that all cropped up and into a GIF and stuff.
Well, first of all,
and every time a Scarlets score, we'll get that playing on the stream.
Well, you've pitched the idea while he's here, and what the next step is that now. Rob Coslet,
get him on there to unveil it.
Well, Rob Coslet, we are officially asking you permission. Would you mind your image rights being waived for the channel?
Can we get it in writing?
Yeah, because what we're trying to do is we're in the process of making an intro for the channel, and it's basically the SFTV logo, very much like the inspiration behind it is from Arsenal Fan TV, but where they have audio in the background of "We love you Arsenal," like that, we're gonna have Scarlet fans singing with our logo on it. That's what we've got in mind. So we're going to try and record some clear audio of Scarlet fans at some point. But for now, we'll probably try and get some audio that's already been recorded. But some of the fan
version's good.
They live long in the memory, right? And people like Rob Coslet, stalwarts, or whatever you call it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Talking of, I said stalwarts. Talking of, is Harry Potter on yet?
I don't know if Harry Potter's come on yet. I haven't seen Hagrid trudging up and down the touchlines like.
Tigers have literally got a magician in the wings waiting on the bench, right?
You're saying that, watch him come on and be crap.
I mean, has anybody seen Harry Potter play rugby before? I haven't seen him, to be honest. Take it away. No. Needed to take that. Right, I need to update the scoreboard. Boys, you carry on talking for a minute.
Oh, tight. Good hit, Samson. Good stuff, boy. Koika massive. And Tom again, look.
Koika
two Koika boys.
Well, this is what we did against Nottingham last week, or they kicked, look. Is it still in?
I think that's still in play, yeah.
It stayed in! They all thought it was out. That's crazy. It's interesting that they kicked. And touching back, the tackles you said that were going in. There was a point in...
Scarlets, man.
There was a point against Nottingham where they were camped and they were trying to make meters, and there was about 3 or 4 tackles in a row where we gained a yard on every tackle. You see there?
I don't even. Oh,
yeah, they're in.
We've got to try. Let's try right up. Get that scoreboard updated, boy.
Just gonna get ours done.
Keeping you busy there.
I know. I'm glad I got you now as my cover while I. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Keeping you very busy there. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. I'm just looking to see if there's any change. I'm seeing a few boy faces there, and I'm just looking if there's any changes. All right, okay. So Scott Williams has come on. Did you notice?
Right.
Scott Williams, Steph Hughes, and Mark Jones.
So we're on 3 tries.
Croyson, all Scotty.
Yes. So...
Had a great coach at the Coed, mate. I remember watching, I was in Stradi myself, and Garden Evans, oh man, used to hit the kids. If you misbehaved, he'd do his thing, we'd make him PE, right? Win Evs. If you misbehaved, he'd make you lift your shirt up, and he would slap your back and your stomach at the same time. So like a clamp, whap. And it's the most painful thing I've ever went through in my life. Remember being a mouthy little kid once, giving it a big one to him, and next thing you know, he does that to me. I never spoke up to him again. Always listen to yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir.
Yeah. I'm waiting for this kick so that I can do the scoreboard, and then we'll catch up with a few of the chats here now. Thank you all for keeping interactive and not just sitting in the background. There's nothing worse when you're doing a stream that there's loads of people there, but they're not talking.
Conversion's good.
Conversion's good, yeah, so let's wait for them. I've lost count. Is that 23? No, 24. Is it 24? I forget what they were on now.
I'll wait for the actual official Leicester scoreboard to pop up. No, I haven't got a clue. I've lost all track.
I think it's 24 now. Knock on.
I believe it's 24.
22 on.
No, that's wrong. They'll change, look, I think.
They're changing again. I thought I was right, 24.
Yeah, 24, 22.
So I'm happy with
I
this.
think
so...
I should pay more attention, shouldn't I? I'm here to comment on a game and I haven't got a clue what's going on.
No, to be honest, and to be fair to us both, that this camera work is hard. I'm on a laptop that's not a big screen either, right? It's a 13-inch, and I'm quite far from it as well. And I've got two other massive screens in front of me, so it's difficult to keep track of. We're doing all right. That's why we need two though. It's a lot harder on one. We've got a scrum here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at what's going on here, because we've got a good chance here. Nice hands. Oh, I could have gone.
Done.
Good kick.
Oh, hello.
He's turned them. See what you're going to do here now. Oh. Get him. Go tackle.
Over it.
They did well to get back with him there.
Cleaned out. Easily.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying too hard to make himself a nuisance. I don't think he knew how to.
John, I'm wondering about second rows, right? Where is Sam Lucy or Lucy or whatever his name is?
He was
Lucy.
He was on the training camp because he was on the surfboard, wasn't he?
Yeah, I see him. Is he still in North Wales or something?
I don't know.
He's enjoying his paddle boarding too much. Do you know what made me laugh about that video? At the end, Samson Lee, about 6 foot in the air on that pole, terrified to jump off.
Yeah, and he was tethered as well, right? And no, you said though, Sebastian.
And Javan as well, trying to get up that bloody ramp thing, yeah.
With a little hand under his foot as well, eh?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Go on, Tom.
William, look at this. The veiled insult here. Look at this, what Chris Roberts just said. Either of you could be commentators. The new Shane Williams. Get out of it, we're miles better than him. He's dreadful. We're not that bad.
Shane is actually dreadful, yeah. I take it as an insult, pal, thank you.
He is crying laughing when he put the crying laughing emoji on. I think he is, it's a veiled insult, but a friendly one. It better be, anyway. We'll have to ban him, will we? We got a ban button.
If I was actually commenting on the game, yeah, I'd watch a game. I'm watching your feed more than you.
I know. It's making it just as entertaining as the game, though, having the chats coming in. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Because it gives us something to bounce off as well, then, isn't it? You know what I mean? We feel that we are talking to somebody who is listening.
And don't forget as well, if you enjoy this, there's plenty more where that came from. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell as well, the little bell. A lot of people don't know this, right? But especially people from Llanelli, they're a bit top, some of us. Yeah. But the little bell button, hit that, and that'll let you know on your phone or whatever. Every time a new video is posted or every time you go live, that'll ping up on your phone. You can click on it, bang, you're straight on it.
Yeah. Paul Price earlier on has mentioned, I don't know if you've already covered this, but he recommends the book David versus Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. Since I've hit upon weaknesses and strengths within different teams and how things can even out, I'm always fascinated. I probably would enjoy that book, to be honest, because it sounds like I would if you've mentioned that theme, because I love strategies. The best bit, when we beat Australia, the best bit about it when they described how they came up with the move and it was their move they used to defeat them. It's like taking somebody's sword off them and killing them with that sword, with their own sword. It's one of those things where it's like the ultimate sort of humiliation for them, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that I would actually kill someone with their own sword or any sword. I'm just saying, in fantasy, like before the internet gets ideas.
Yes.
What else we got? So thank you for that.
I'm gonna pop my webcam. Sorry, but I'm gonna pop my webcam off. I'm still here. I'm still here. It's just I got a bad habit, and I like to do it off camera. So
okay.
There we are. I'm still here though. You can just see my weird face, but then instead look.
I'm having my tea anyway. My Scarlets mug.
Happy day. I need to buy a Scarlets mug. I looked on the website. All I got is shirts.
Well, what
and
we'll
bits
do
and
is we are actually going to sort out some like mugs and stuff like that, some hats or whatever, with the logo and things like that. And we'll have to get a few things so you can have like Scarlet Fever TV branded mug then, isn't it? Because you are an official.
I'll get one 100%.
You're an official employee, so I think you deserve it. Stationery at the end of the day, it can be put down, hasn't it? Huh? Get you a pen.
Official employee. I didn't know. Do you want bank details or?
yeah, please.
Let me have a look at my sort code and account number. Yeah.
Good scrum. Is this? I presume we're in a good position here from where we saw last. Oh, free kick to Leicester.
Jesus Christ.
Cheap one that to give away, to be honest. That was a good position.
Yeah.
Shame, never mind. But I'm liking, overall, you know, let's have a look. I mean, the Tigers are going to have to... Oh, what have you done? You missed it completely.
Bloody...
Oh, he's kicked it
out as well. Jesus Christ, it's all going off.
Brought it back, knock on. Whew. No, that's twice that we have not gathered a kick off. Right? Or a kick or something like that. We did one earlier on the other side of the field. And it caused us a lot of bother. And I think they did actually score from it eventually then, didn't they? So, yeah. Yeah, Jason Palmer says the best photo of Rob is him cuddling Colin at the Cardiff game, as none of us could watch. This was the penalty of Steve-O going to kick. When Iestyn Harris, that was the only thing that Iestyn Harris ever did positive towards winning something. And it was just a shame it was for us, in that he high-tackled Mark Jones in the dying minutes and gave Stephen Jones the penalty chance right in front of us. I remember the Cardiff fans, it was a weird scenario because if we'd have lost that game, Cardiff had nothing writing on it, and if we'd have lost, Newport would have won the title. Because they had already beaten Dublin heavily and were ahead. We needed to win that game to become champions. And we were 21 points to like 6 down with 20 minutes to go. And we clawed our way back. Scored a couple of tries, I remember. Finau to come out, I think it was Matt Cardy. Or was, Matt Cardy perhaps, in off Finau break. And then Mark Jones scored an arcing run and got over. Could have scored a couple of tries. But late in the game, he makes another arcing run going left this time. And Iestyn Harris does the clothesline tackle on him, seatbelt tackle. And the ref didn't give it, and we screamed our heads on when we just thought he's not going to give it, but the touch judge put his flag out and called the ref over, and Iestyn Harris had a hissy fit. And I remember, oh, well, you watched it. He goes, you watched the tackle, and you didn't give it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But then Steve Watt line that kick up, and the whole of Caramel's Park was banging the hoardings, and it caused a lot of Scarlet fans, because of the penalty situation the week before as well in Nottingham that had happened to us. We had come back from Leicester and then we had that title game to go for straight after, like, you know. So Jason's mentioning that moment, and in that moment, as the camera pans to the Scarlet fans, there's Coslet and a few others, Colin Probert, who's in the chat as well. They are, if you look back at the footage, that is them fans. We were all in a huddle there. And you know, some couldn't watch it. I remember I was watching it, and it was just one of those things where you just like, this can't happen again. Because they had a kick as well after Cardiff did to try and take the lead again, and it dropped short, and Chris Wyatt took it under the post. Right, back in the game, we got possession. Ooh.
Oh.
I tell you what, they're not risky passes, but they're very technical passes that we're throwing.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Apart from Samson, he just knows one thing, doesn't he? Head down, run.
he's lulling him, he is, and then when he does give that flick pass, nobody'll be ready for it, and he'll catch the whole midfield out. Yeah.
See, this is my that now is a. If you're gonna kick a ball, you gotta
this is it.
Get it up a field. 10 yards.
You know the 50-22 rule. Are you allowed to pass it back into behind the halfway line and then they kick it?
I don't actually know.
Because I haven't heard whether that was made clear. Can you pass it back into the... Say there's nothing on. You let someone...
Yeah, can you pass it back from their half?
So that they kick. Let's have a look here. Come on, boys. There's space, yeah? It's not a bad option.
That's a clever kick.
That's a good kick. Unlucky, but it's good in that it just keeps them down there. We get in the territory, keeping them under pressure. You know, they've got to try and get an exit out of here now, and it gives us a chance to have a solid defence to not allow them to get out very easily. Because I always think that's equally important as defending on your line, is having a tight defence from allowing them to escape. You know, it's equally as important. Right. I think it should be equally important.
But if anybody in the chat knows, are you allowed to pass it back into your own half and go for it?
Yeah.
I'd love to know, because I actually genuinely haven't got a clue. You wouldn't think so, would you?
I don't know. I mean, we're all the same here, really. We're all trying to learn these new laws. We've heard about them, but we're witnessing them in a live game for the first time a lot of the time, and we're not sure how they, what the intricacies on those laws are. So, Chris, come on, we call you Christy.
Well, there we are. Right? Amber plays rugby, and we had a game a couple of weeks ago up in Lampeter, a friendly pre-season game.
Yeah.
And the referee came over and said, right, ladies, I'd actually forgot about the new rules. I was just, going through the motions, and making sure the girls were right and all ready to go.
There's a chance. Oh.
Hello. Oh, Dan.
I know. It's all right. He's done well.
But yeah, the ref came over and said, right, ladies, new rules. And I was like, oh, yeah. And he was explaining them really well.
Oh, we've got
and I was even still like...
He's in. Give it. He's in.
Beautiful.
Yes, come on, get in there.
Beautiful.
Sorry to interrupt you with my cheering.
No, I'm more than happy to be interrupted on this occasion.
You carry on while
yeah, but no, what I'm saying is, he explained these rules really well, right? And I was still a little bit like, it's a little bit of hard work, like there's I don't know if it's the same on the professional scene, but there's this new ruck rule in well, especially in the ladies' game. I don't know how far widespread it is, but if the referee calls ruck, no one else can join at any point. So or something like that. But so basically, if you got the ball and then they counter ruck, you can't send another man, a woman or two, or a man in to counter it back.
That's too much power being put with the refs, and that they can call it.
Yeah.
Once the ball's secured, So I think it's either going to be 27 or 29 now, depending on this conversion, isn't it? Yeah. 22 we were.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. Come on then, Dinky. Think it over, my son.
The terrace isn't even full there with them. You'd expect they'd have had more crowd. Looks good.
Great kick.
29.
Well, Dan Jones.
Here we go. Bonus point win. On the cards. Oh, have we got it? I can't remember. What am I putting? Yeah, it is bonus point. 4 tries. Excellent day. I've been trying to learn Spanish, by the way. Not that you lot want to know that, but I am trying to learn a bit of Spanish. I'd love to move there. I know. I don't want to get into all the Brexit thing.
Well done, Tom Phillips.
But I do want to move.
Holden.
Oh, unlucky. Oh, commentator's curse, pal.
Commentator's curse. It wasn't even Tom, was there? Did you know? I don't even know where he was. Can't see. Cameraman's all over the place, remember? I was saying when you were gone, Nick, I can't wait until we do one of these when it's proper coverage and you can see things and.
Yeah, it was okay. It would be funny to try it to see if it would work. To send somebody and set a stream up and just film it from a fan's point of view on the terrace and get them streaming it. You know what I mean? Are we just reacting in the studio back here? I'm dreaming.
From the studio, from the Mother and
hey,
Stephanie.
South Netty, if you please, right?
South Netty, okay. You've been a crash, upper class studio.
Oh, his laptop just died, poor Price. I presume you can still hear us, so we're going to try and commentate. Leicester on the attack here. Good tackle.
Well done, Joe Nicholas.
Was it him? Or was it...
Yeah, it's Joe Nicholas is tackling me.
Right. We're scrapping here. We sense that we've got her. Oh, there's a penalty.
There's a turnover, absolutely. Who the hell is that on the bottom of that?
Because they were trying to
react. I don't know who that was. Yeah. He's gone in super quick to that.
That's it. They were trying to react there. We got
Tommy Rogers.
Straight away. I thought it was
Tommy Rogers done really well, eh?
I thought the tackle was from Tommy Rogers as well, perhaps. I don't know. It is very difficult to tell them apart. I can't even see the numbers here.
Yeah, it is hard sometimes. Let's have a look.
And the shirts are a lighter grey.
I think Ryan. Well, any news on not Kieran, sorry, what's his name? Corey Baldwin. I was really impressed with him last week, and I thought he'd have been involved. So I'm assuming he must have had a knock.
Oh, wasn't he? He wasn't involved at all. That's another one I didn't notice that his name wasn't there, to be honest.
He was very impressive for me last week, sharp as hell.
To be honest, I don't think... don't give anything silly away, you know. Make them work hard to get out there. That's the way.
I know he's
that could have gone our way. That could have gone our way there. I thought he was getting sealed off there. He was being challenged for the ball, and the other man came straight over and sealed off. It's one of those. If you're a Leicester fan, you probably agree with it, but
if you're a Scarlets fan, you don't,
No,
every
exactly.
Here's a question for people in the chat, right, and for you, Nick. Obviously, Corey Baldwin is a centre out and out, but he's equally impressive on the wing, I think.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have? So say now, like Johnny McNichol nailed on, or Steph nailed on for the other wing. Would you rather have Baldwin or Conbier?
Or Tommy Rogers?
Or Tommy Rogers, but for the sake of this
is it. We were talking about this in that, and Steph Evans. There's one shirt between them, because Johnny Mack and Sanjay are probably getting the other two. So there's one shirt up for grabs on the other wing. The centres, there's a big pool of centres of quality. So Corey
that is.
may or may not get one of the centre berths, right? But if he doesn't, then that means there's 4 quality wingers fighting for one spot. But to be honest, I think, though, as long as Peel stays true to his word, I think the slightest show of dip in form from Sanjay or Johnny Mack, and I think maybe out of those two, maybe Johnny Mack might find himself on the bench a couple of times to some of these lads.
Yeah, I think based on form, or depending on form at the time, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I think he's the most...
Like I said yesterday on the...
Sanjay will react straight away. He'll know. He'll see the quality in the squad and he'll like, I gotta play well. I've been told I gotta play. You know,
I gotta step up a bit. Yeah.
But the thing is, he is capable of ultimate level rugby.
Penalty is cool.
I said I love this girl. I like her. What's her name?
Venus Von Trapp. I don't know. I don't know what her name is.
Does anyone in the chat know this lovely lady of a referee? Tigers fans probably don't like her.
Oh, they're all over in this chat. Or they have been in the Leicester chat.
25 quid for a ticket, I read, he's saying, for this game.
What, for this game?
On 100%,
No.
I thought Leicester fans have loaded, though. And you know what it is? They've all gone, they're glory hunt, doesn't it? So they've all gone to the Brendan Rodgers Super Foxes, haven't they?
I can't believe it's £25 ticket for a friendly. Jesus Christ, that's a joke.
Yeah.
For this game, crazy. I'd expect to be in a box with free food and beer all night.
I know. When you compare that to ours, we had...
Well, what was that? Was it 10 and 5 kids?
Adult, yeah. £10 for an adult. And it was a good, it was a good seat, good stand, good concourse, everything, quality.
Yeah.
And we had, in fairness to, there's that group that is Scarlet supporters group that they put the barbecue on with Jack Ado.
Yeah.
You know what? It was as Turk as you could get as well. That was the Turk feeling about last week, right? In that, he was on the ground there. He's lucky. He's lucky he got away with that. And we had the penalty.
Well done, Tom. Well done, Tom. So he tidied that up again. That's what he offers.
But the
He's
thing
always
is,
been that.
There's one problem with that he was lying on the floor when he grabbed the ball. That's an instant penalty. I'm sorry. Am I wrong there? Perhaps I'm wrong and they've changed the rules.
Came over.
But if you're...
That's a Scarlets win.
Isn't it?
A Scarlets win on the road against the Tigers.
That second half has flown, boys. Wow.
It has flown.
I'm lying, boys. I want to meet Tiger Burney in Scarlet Fever now. I want to question him on, well, we should win because do you see him coming across? He's a nice guy, right? Don't get me wrong. But that post he made was a little bit, like, he's full of himself. He was full of himself on Scarlet Fever. So, boys, later I will be popping over there. One quick question. I go off for one sometimes. One quick question. thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for everybody who's joined the chat. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
happy to enjoy that game with all of you and all your comments. I hope we can do it again for the next game. But we do want to be more active even when there's no games. We're going to have a lot of content that we want to release, whether it be chats, interviews, just pre-match reactions to teams picked and things like this.
Yeah.
You know, all the normal things you see from other fan channels we're looking to do. We're also,
weekly roundups, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and also for home games and some away, when we can get to the away games, we want to just, we're going to try and set up to be ready with a camera and a microphone and give interviews to fans after games. And it doesn't have to be, we're not looking for shock or people ranting. We don't want that. Even if we really lost badly, we don't want to show that. We want just genuine comments, just calm, enjoying being a Scarlet again. But I was saying, well, last week enjoying about being a Scarlet was you couldn't get more Turk. You had Jack Adore playing off the back of an Owens trailer. Right? It was as Turk as you could get. It was beautiful sunny weather, the rugby was great, and fair play. Well, it seems, what do you think, guys? Dwayne Peel's new Scarlet side seem to be the real deal so far. You know, they're answering some questions here. Away from home, Leicester. And Leicester didn't pick a weakened side here. They went full out here. They thought they could get a confidence booster by put a full team out and steamroller us. And it's not just about our strong side that we put out. The changes we made. Tom coming on again did well. It was solid. To be part. Sometimes you don't have to do anything that stands out. You just need to be part of the team synergy that performed a winning performance or delivered a winning performance. I think, because that's where the unsung work gets done. And like you said, he got away with it. They could have had a penalty there right at the end, maybe. If the ref had she could have interpreted that the other way, in that he's lying on the floor and he's grabbed hold of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. All the Scarlets fans are coming out now on the official Leicester chat. I wrote in there, Upper Scarlets, always nice to beat the Tigers, and one of their fans has wrote, Llanelli as a town will hope to rebuild itself from this victory.
They're trolling now. That's all they've got, though. You know you've won. You know you've won. To all Turks, right? If you're having this sort of banter, you know what you won the argument the minute they resort to that, because that's all they've got then. If they resort to a sheep joke, if they resort to the Welsh language joke, if they resort to anything like that, you take a knee and see out the clock. You've won the game. Oh, brilliant. Right then. Thank you, Nick Bowen. He says, cheers, boys. Great job. Thank you very much. Right, that's finished with. The cameraman's had enough. They've given him the old, what do you call it, the hook. They've grabbed the cameraman. What?
He's had enough.
Amber Phillips says, whatever Dwayne is doing is working so far, definitely. And, isn't it nice to see? It's all very well. We've had these things in the past where a new CEO or a new coach has come in and done an interview and got us all, said the right things and got us all yes, wanting to get behind what they're saying and making a lot of good points, right? But then it falls sometimes flat or it gets forgotten about. And this is why I was saying in our interview yesterday about I'd like to revisit that Dwayne Peel in a year or so, that Dwayne Peel interview with Gareth Evans. I'd like to revisit that and discuss it after a season or two to see where we are and did we achieve what we set out to do. Because one of them was obviously the myth that we run the ball everywhere. That's not the Scarlets way. The Scarlets way was cup rugby. Build a score, get a lead, then open up.
Yes.
That's what the Scarlet way is, right? Cup rugby. Okay, that's what Gareth Jenkins used. He never used. All right,
absolutely.
In the treble season, yes, we were playing against terrible sides who couldn't tackle, and they were scared of us. So it was sometimes we did go out in games like that. And I touched on it with you earlier on. I don't know how you feel it is, guys, but everybody calls it a treble season, but technically it was a quadruple because we won the best team in Britain as well. I had the Bath that had won their double. So
we'll take that all day long.
I count that 92 season as a quadruple season. But
absolutely. And if there'd been an evening post cup back then as well, it'd have been a
floodlight Alliance Cup. We don't want that at all. We put the kids.
Is the evening post cup still a thing?
I don't know. Oh, the evening post. Oh, of course, yeah. You mean with the Ospreys?
We played the Ospreys.
I don't know.
I remember once. I can't remember if it was in Stradley or Park. I don't know when it was, but the Ospreys beat us, and it might have been the Liberty actually. And I seen all walking out the ground, and you know, lost, a little bit upset, not upset, you know, miffed a bit like. But I heard this fully grown man, right?
Yeah.
Going to his family or wherever they were. What did he say? He said something along the lines of, "I can't believe it, boys." I don't know if he was joking or not, but he sounded quite serious. He was like, "Another thing for the Ospreys now, evening post cup champions once again." I was like, "What?" And he was banging on about it with his kids or whatever they were. And I wanted to say to him, "Mate, I don't read the Evening Post. I buy a Scarlets star on your bike."
Yeah.
But, no, it was nuts. But I like what Paul said? Oh yeah, Paul Price said, "Great work, guys. A masterclass schooled the likes of Eddie Butler tonight." Absolutely, you won't get us talking. You won't get any English accents in your pal.
Our public schools, but you can tell that. Greg comprehensive.
When I do my own streams, right, and
right.
When I'm streaming to a more like English/American audience or whatever,
yeah,
my voice changes. I put this bit of a twang on.
You were saying, and that's why. Well, that was one of the conversations we had. I don't know if you don't mind me sharing it with everybody. Is I said to you, no, this channel, I want it to be promoting our culture, promoting our accent, and if anything, later on, I do, you know what I mean? I do, when I want to emphasise things, I do go full Turk, you know?
Yeah. But, hey, you might delete them, Nick, in the chat right now, webcamschat.com, yes. Hot girls and boys. Off you go.
Is that Palmer again?
Palmer.
It's inevitable. What we'll do is set up the chatbot to be able to monitor them. If any of you...
Can you make someone a mod as well?
I was trying to say, I was going to ask maybe Amber might like to, or someone like that.
Amber's my mod on Twitch, and she's pretty good at it. She's on the ball. If anything comes in like that,
here,
bang.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you want to pop a link to your stream, your personal gaming stream, if anybody is interested, that Chris does.
Yeah,
that's why I've got Chris involved, is because we're very like-minded in what we want to achieve. We're big Scarlet fans, but he has got more experience of setting up a stream than me, and he just gave me a helping hand with regards to graphics and setting it all up initially. So I have a lot of gratitude to Chris for this first night I've streamed before, but they've all been a bit meh. I was feeling my way into it. And Chris has helped me get to a better level of it, that I can see by the reactions of you guys that you've enjoyed it more as well. But you're not Welsh. No, well, I'm Welsh Italian, pal. And so is about a third of the rest of Leicester. So watch what you say, pal. Right?
There we are, that's my link in there.
Otherwise you'd be waking up with a rocking horse's head in the bed in the morning. I'm joking.
No, but yeah, it's right. There's let's hope for the best season. Jack Smith saying, I don't think I can take another dire season. I wouldn't say dire. A couple of good performances, but last season we were our own worst enemy.
I don't think we
not closing out games and stuff.
This is it. It was clearly a preparation thing and in the way that how we were being told to go out and play and what we were being told the boys were being told to do.
Yes.
You could see it because the same players, more or less, in a lot of positions that were there under PVAC. I know we did have a few injuries to key players, Cubby, Shingler, and people like that. And some of the people that come in, they didn't really have a solid foundation to enter into. You need that culture to enter into, that they're not depending on you, so that you have a bit of time to settle in. Some of our locks, like, they've come in and we were looking to them as our main players, and it's like, that's not a good thing. We need to have a structure in place that they sort of like someone puts an arm around them and shows them our ways and eases them through games, and then they gradually grow into their shirt, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, sorry, I know it's a football thing,
Okay.
but my mind is going to, like, obviously, like, Ronaldo is going into Man United now. It's the same scenario. But
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What means more to you, Scarlets or Liverpool?
Oh, without a doubt, Scarlets. Because
absolutely. What means more to you, Scarlets or Wales?
Scarlets.
Absolutely.
What means more to me, Scarlets or Wales or Liverpool? Liverpool. So I did go around. I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. But I understand some people might not like me saying that. But Wales have consistently been an enemy of my club by their actions and deeds.
In the past, yeah.
Right. So how can I be loyal to Wales when they're not loyal to me and my club and my town and my region? So.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
And until that does change, then I'd gladly get back on board with Wales. I could feel that they're my team, they represent me, but I don't feel that team and that ethos and what they stand for is quite embarrassing, really. I don't want to be associated with it, you know.
I know what you mean.
I'll cover the games, and I want the Scarlets boys. I want all the boys to do well when they're playing for Wales. I'm happy for them on a personal career level, you know. I perhaps have said it sometimes jokingly, but I would never really want Wales to lose. But at the same time, I don't feel gutted, like that heart sunk feeling.
I know what you mean.
You know, when Scarlets have lost, especially if they lost heavily. It's like,
you ask Amber, right? If the Scarlets lose a game, I'm normally quite a bubbly person. I have a laugh and a joke, and you know, I'd say generally I'm a nice bloke to be around. And if Scarlets lose, I'm the most miserable you ever met, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amber be like, can you like do this or like, and I'm like, no, piss off. You know what I mean? I just turned this little ass like, but hey, Rob was asking a good question in the chat. What player would you like to see at the top of their game the most, and who would most influence our success this season? So for me, I want to see out of this squad. Yeah, for me personally, I want to see. I know he's just come back or whatever, and you know he's had a run out tonight. I want to see Scott Williams firing. So, because for me, right, he can create magic.
No. I thought we were on about, I thought we were about players of all time that you could, if you could bring them in now, fantasy league style, all time from our history. Because I was going to say,
for now,
Chris Wyatt. I was going to say,
get him back in. I bet he still do a job as well. No, but
he's probably still playing.
Scott for me, right? One of them, like. Bit of a stupid reason, but one of the main reasons I want to see him do really well for us and go on to be the player he was and light it up is because the Ospreys, when he signed him, they were all like, we've took probably your best player and all this, and he's going to be class. But let's be honest, at the Ospreys, as well as injuries, he didn't really do nothing, did he? I'd love for him to hit form for us again and just batter everything.
I get what you're saying there, where don't let it end like that. Let it end with a far more positive note in the sky.
But
in it.
Yeah, but as someone's got, as I'm sure as you as well, a lot of Osprey fans for friends. I'd love to just drop him a message saying, "God, look at Scott Williams. He's such a good player.
He was good,
and just a little ribbon, like."
Yeah, well, he was good.
But obviously, I want to see him raise a trophy as well.
Yeah, because I don't like the way that they have, like on forums and stuff like that. A lot of their fans, when they've had one of our players, take Aled Davies, the scrum half, for instance. When he was quite well liked, but it was clearly he wasn't first or second in the pecking order. Because we had Johnny Evans and Cowdo were ahead of him, right, at that time. I think that was the order. And he had slipped down the pecking order because I think he was one of them, became victims of, he was called up to Vale Glamorgan with Wales, and while he was away, he was losing his sight. Same happened to Tavis Noel. And you could actually call it Tavis Noel syndrome because he was the epitome of that sort of scenario.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't play for us for like a year, right? And by the time he came back, Cowdo and about 2 or 3 other scrum halves were ahead of him, and it was time to
miles ahead,
contract running out, and we were like, we're not going to give you, I can't remember how we left, but I knew he was way down the pecking order then, because he'd been on good tackle bags in the Vale of Glamorgan with Gatland all that time. He's ruined.
That's it.
For every, you know, when you look, right, for every player Gatland made, he ruined 3.
Probably a fair observation, I agree. Yeah.
You know,
there's so many players that go there and they come back.
Just hoarding players to use them as, you know, like, I always like, and this is Gatland for me, right? You know, when you were a kid, right, and you got your toy cars, and you've got some, and your mother is friendly with a neighbour or something like that, right, and the neighbour's got a kid, but you don't like him, you're not friends with him, but whenever that woman comes over for a cup of tea with your mother, she'd bring that kid, you can play with it, right? He's coming up the stairs now, he's coming in my room, I gotta play with this kid now. And he's streaked in all your toys, and he's streaked in with your cars, and straight away he's there, banging your cars and your models, and anything you got of worth, he's breaking. And then it's time to go now, alright, ta-da, and he's gone. Right?
He's not the door, like.
That is Gatland is that kid. I divulge too much my childhood.
I know what you're saying, but let's not forget Gatland has delivered some of our...
He doesn't care of the value of those players. He just wanted to beast them all the time. And a lot of the time he's like, you're injured right now, no good. Or we beast you because you've got to prove something, but we won't pick you. But we won't let you club pick you either. It was just ridiculous. It was just a farce. And to be honest with you, it was bad. When something is that bad and it's happening in a pattern, then you cannot come to any other conclusion than that it's by design.
Yeah.
They were purposefully doing it to take the clubs to like brinkmanship. It was a political war going on in the background. There was no need to do it. I remember there was an LV Cup game against Cardiff, and he stopped Foxy playing in it, but allowed Shanklin to play in it.
Yeah, I think I remember this vaguely, yeah.
And because there was an international following week against Ireland. And when they came to selecting the team, he picked Shanklin and dropped Foxy.
Stupid, isn't it?
And he's like, why don't you just let them play against each other? It would have been the perfect test. You know?
Yeah. It'd been, exactly. It would have been like a good way for Gatland to look at him.
Yeah.
Going hammer and tongs, going, this one's got a lot more edge to him.
Yeah.
He's playing a little bit better, and and who knows, innit? Who knows what's going through a coach's mind? I'd hate to do it.
Somewhere in the world there's a cryogenic chamber with Gatland's name on it. Would you like to be a coach? I'm not a fan of his rugby. You saw it with the Lions, right? It's outdated. It is outdated way, and I'm glad that is the case. It was alright. Grand Slams, they mean nothing to me. Those Grand Slams mean nothing to me. As we touched before, a Scarlets European Cup would be far. I wouldn't be coming down for weeks after, you know what I mean? With the Scarlets performance,
I'd never let it die.
Yeah, I enjoy myself for the Grand Slams, but they don't. I don't get into all that banter with like the anti-English stuff and all that. You know what I mean? Not even with the Irish, really. You know, I haven't got the time for it. But on a national level, I'm not bothered about it. It doesn't mean as much.
I enjoy bantering and taking the piss of the Ospreys, as I'm sure they do with us, and things like that. Like more than messaging someone in English saying, you got stuff today, honestly. Yeah. I'd much rather message Luke Collins or one of the Ospreys boys I know and say, look, your team is shit. Do you know what I mean?
Right, what do you want to do now? Because I was going to say, how are you for time? Because we can have a recap maybe, rather than, I was going to stop earlier and go live later as a little quick reaction for about 5-10 minutes, but I'm thinking, let's just spend 5 minutes now. We'll have a quick recap. And if you were under a rock out there, people, the Scarlets have gone to Welford Road and come away with a bonus point, beating Leicester Tigers 29 points, 24. And despite not looking that great, we made them look ordinary, and they were panic-stricken at times because they couldn't deal with us. We were in a kit that we couldn't see half the time. Couldn't tell where the ball was.
The cameraman was on drugs.
The cameraman was on drugs, right? And it clearly affected the Tigers. I'm sure that's the Tigers fans' defence.
You go on there for a run.
The cameraman was clearly on drugs.
Shit. Yeah. That's cracked me up. You just kind of Scarlets have come, all serious. Scarlets have come away with a bonus point. Jesus Christ, that's tickled me. That has met. That has tickled me.
Hey, they all count.
Bonus point win.
Don't ever put down our achievements.
That's tickled me. That he's come. They've come away with a bonus. You're all serious. Scarlets have come away with a bonus point win in Leicester. That's
you know
crippled me.
You know what's funny is, and people who know, sometimes even people who know me, sometimes don't get me. Don't get it. They take me seriously when I'm very rare. Am I serious about anything?
I think I've never been serious in my life at all about anything.
But I thought sometimes I am saying things because I'm trying to just get a rise out of people, and it is bad. It is a bit trolly, I know. But some people take me very seriously, especially on Twitter. The Twitter war the other day. Because if you look at my Twitter, right, I've been mentioning about the state of the stadium. And there was a few that bit hard on it. I mentioned I know there's a few, they're not cliques, but they are sort of like little groups of people that they're interested, like, you know, if you mention music, you know, within the Scarlet fan community, there are people, and I know them quite well, and I'm friendly with them, and there's no animosity or nothing like that, but they are very set in their ways of what is good music and what is not. And they get very offended if you mention anything that is pop, or, you know what I mean? And I just got do you remember that montage that the BBC did for the last game of strategy, where they played a song called Fight for Fighting, and it was the theme for Superman, the series, basically. And to me and to many of my friends, that song resonates with us, not because we like the song, because whenever we hear it, it takes us back to that last night of strategy. Right?
Every time I hear it, I think of that video, particularly on YouTube.
Yeah, you know the song.
That BBC piece.
That perhaps it would be a good idea that the Scarlets have never used that song, just in the background, pre or post match.
I'd sing the hell of it, yeah.
Just in the background music, as people are talking, not to sing along to, just in the background, and play the video over the screen to go with it. I think that's a trick they've missed.
Do you know, if I was a player and I was warming up and I was on the screen, I'd be ready to absolutely rip a man's head off.
It's made for us. Why don't we use it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that took totally the wrong end of the stick of, they wanted to come out to some heavy metal grunge or whatever. Right?
I hate all that nonsense, like.
Well, I hate it. My personal taste is that I'm open-minded in that I'm not set to a genre. If I'm in the right mood and a note takes my ear, I'm in that moment, and I play that music and I'm into it. You know, there's different styles of music for different moods and different where you are in your brain. You know, where you are in your, what you're doing, whether you're exercising, whether you're cooking some food, some music in the background, or whether you're cooking up to your loved one. You know what I mean? There's different moods.
I don't coach.
I mean, you don't put killer metal thrash on when you're cooking up with the...
It depends if it's a coach or a coach. No, well, it depends if it's a coach or a coach. You know what I mean?
Right,
heavy metal.
Yeah.
Right, there's a coach, and then there's a coach. Hey. To me, it depends what type of coach it is, mate. So
talking about Amber being a moderator on this chat,
she'll be kicking me out.
Yeah, I know.
So it depends what type of coach you're having. On that huge bombshell, yeah.
Right.
What I'm gonna do as well, pal, I think we should do this, especially when you get the channel's own social media set up, its own YouTube, its Twitter and everything.
Yeah.
At the end of each week, we'll take a screenshot. I'll crop out the scoreboard as it is there. And if it's a win with me and you, I guess, something. And then if it's a loss, you know, just me and you are not going to even be here.
No.
And then we can post that then. Great result by the Scarlets. And hopefully, say, you know, it'd be nice one day if the Scarlets turn around and go, God, these boys are doing the right here. Let's give them a little retweet and, nice. You know, it would be nice.
You know, not for me, like my own...
No, just for the club.
Because this is why I'm naming it. I'm not naming it myself. You know, I'm putting my name out there, so I'm not hiding behind the name either. You know what I mean? So that, because there is no hiding in Clashley, is there? Let's be honest. You do anything, everybody knows about it. Right? And I quite like that. But,
yeah, I used to it to me.
You know what's lovely, and this is why I reacted to, I don't know if he's still in here, but Curly Al, earlier on, he gave his approval. He got straight away, you can tell by what he said, he gets what we're trying to do.
Curly Al, I know he is.
Yeah, I'm sure it is Curly Al. I'm sure that's Curly Davis, is Curly Al Davis, yeah? I'm sure that's him. I might be wrong, it might be somebody else that I don't know. But when he said that, he clearly got what we're trying to do here. And it made me feel encouraged, because I have encountered, and I don't mind the ones that just don't get it, because they're perhaps not, you know, there's a lot of people out there, they don't even watch YouTube. So when you tell somebody, like if you were to tell somebody now, oh no, I was watching PewDiePie, or I was watching Logan Paul. Not that I watch Logan Paul, but I'm naming big YouTubers here, right?
Yeah, of course,
And the majority of people though will say incorrectly, they'll tell you,
of course,
never hear about. And you know, but if you are a YouTuber, you know, you like to watch YouTube. I mean, I watch more YouTube than what I watch normal TV.
I don't watch TV. The only TV I watch now is rugby, and most of the time then I'm literally I don't even turn my TV on. It's through my PC, but I can't remember the last time I actually watched TV. I don't. But
I was going to ask a question of whoever's left in the chat, because it is going down slowly now, but while there's still a few left in the chat, I did want to ask a question of how was like the lag, the latency? Were we far behind what we were saying compared to what you were seeing from the Leicester stream?
Well, when we did that test earlier, when I typed hello in the chat, for me it was about, it'll vary from person to person, but for me it's about 20 seconds.
Right.
Which isn't all that bad, but it'd be nice if, I think we should move it up to
yeah, we'll have to look at
the one I talked about. Yeah. Just so it's more in tune.
Yeah, so I think if you're happy to, unless you've got something else to add, I think we'll probably wrap it up there now.
Yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. This Luke Collins, who I name dropped just now, the Osprey head, he's popped up in the chat. I think that's him. He's saying there'll be a lot of these then.
Yeah. From when
why didn't you go and tell the people on Osprey's Fan TV? Go and tell it. Oh wait, you haven't got one. Yeah,
synthetic.com. They've renamed the Liberty Stadium now. They synthetic.com. Plastic. Huh?
I like that. I just realised it's Swansea.com. Yeah, they have.
Robert Andrews says one eye. Look, can you see the comment? One eye.
Yeah. One eye.
Dennis Murray, well done from a Leinster fan. Oh, thank you, Dennis Murray. And it's really nice to have somebody that's from over in Ireland onto the channel. We're really thrilled to have you here, my friend. Just a message to everybody. I should have said this earlier when there was like more people in here. But if you haven't already, please drop a subscribe and click the bell so that when we do go live next, you'll just get a notification saying we've gone live. Because sometimes we might just go live if there's breaking news. So nice to have you in here, Dennis Murray. Though. Thank you very much for that comment, taking the time to comment. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't, from what we saw last week, it wasn't a big surprise. We were quietly confident that we could give Leicester a game here. I was confident once I saw Leicester letting the Dragons freely score against them. If you're letting the Dragons freely score against you, you're not in a good place. Am I right? You know,
that's happened to us once.
My eyes don't lie to me. I see what I see, right? And if I see the Tigers letting the Dragons score willy-nilly against them, then you're not a good team. That's the yardstick. Or if you're a bad team, the Dragons will score against you, right? Yeah.
But for me, it's a great start by the mighty Scarlets, and I can't wait for the season to start now.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hope there, and a lot of good performances from players who last season particularly didn't step up as much as we know they can. And I'm just looking forward to watching Scott Williams score tries for fun against the Ospreys down the park.
Yeah. Lloyd has given a good comment there, and I will address it. He said try not to run Gatland down too much. He is the best coach Wales had.
I agree with that.
I agree. And it wasn't about him as a coach so much. because I can live with, you know, that's his style, and it wasn't our style, but that was his style. And he did initially as well, he picked from the strength he had, which was that Ospreys team. Remember when he picked, was it 14 of them?
Yeah, at one point, yeah.
And they won at Twickenham, so, you can't take that away from that, and I do agree. It was the fact that he was doing, maybe he had bad advice from within the WAU, that he was doing some things that were detrimental to the Welsh game on the next layer down, that feeds the Welsh team. You know, that's the key, that's the issue. Anyway, like I said, Christoph says, I love the Scarlets, I do. I'm a Scarlet fan too, I am.
Yeah, he ain't, mate. He's not a Spurs fan.
I love these Llanelli sayings. I love these.
He's not, mate. Well, you could say he's from Llanelli. He comes here enough, but he's I know Chris Dodd very well. He's a big Osprey fan. He only goes to one game a year, and that's Ospreys at Park Scarlets. Yeah. So
glory hunting. He's seen the Scarlets beat Leicester now. He's thinking, oh, I might become a Scarlet fan this season. He probably buy Man City top this season as well.
Oh. I don't know if he wants to clean his car or something, but I wouldn't buy a Man City top. But anyway,
no, I wouldn't.
Chris Dodd, Luke Collins, nice to see you and your boys.
Yes, nice to
Ospreys
see you guys.
fans turning into the Rivals fans TV.
Yeah, I'm surprised. There's a few. I know there are some characters, right, and I do want to bring them onto the channel at some point. And there are people like Coslet, like Sal, which is Jason Palmer. There are people like King Turk. I mean, some people have levied that label at me, and I'm like, no, I'm not King Turk. There is only one King Turk within our fan base, and that is Mark Tom. He is as Turk as you can get, and he's got the knowledge to go with it to back it up too, right? And I would love to get Mark Tom on here. If he is listening out there,
you'd have to clear your schedule, pal.
Yes, Mark.
With you and Mark Tom on one thing, that could go on for like 24-hour stream.
Yeah, can you imagine? we dominate the world. YouTube would grind to a halt, and everybody would have to listen to us.
Jesus Christ, imagine that. But
the problem the world made, the mistake that the world made, was giving McHunnis good bandwidth. That enabled me.
McHunnis, Jesus Christ. There we are. Right then, let's go and have some food, shall we?
Yes, hey, guys. Thank you for the ones who have stayed right to the very end. That's really humbling. Because it's always nice. We've still done it, even if we're on our own here. But I've been thrilled with the response from everybody. Tell your friends, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, click the bell so you get the notifications. Follow myself and Chris. Chris, leave your link. Did you leave your link in the comments?
Did drop it in the chat once somewhere,
So Chris has left his details in there as well. Feel free to hit us up. If you want to film your own response, match reaction, 30-second to a minute video or whatever, and DM us on Twitter or whatever, then please do so, and we'll edit it and put it together and put a few videos up of fan reactions to the games, because I'm sure the players would love that. I'm sure the players and the coaches and the club as a whole would like to see all of our reactions, because we couldn't all be up there today. But I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with that performance. There seems to be something. The little saucepan is simmering, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, something. Yeah, definitely.
Dwayne Peel has got the little saucepan on the boil here, and there's something. I can smell something nice is cooking. Huh? Right. Okay. on that note, we'll bid you farewell. Have a lovely evening. I mean, you can't ask for better. We've all had great company together, and it's been a fantastic result. And it's always nice to see Scarlets beat Leicester. So, take care, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Ta-da!
Take it easy, guys.
I'm live. Ciao.